spoil the surprise. So annoying. Stupid ass app, dude. It's okay. All right. Hello, audience. Welcome. Trying to see if anyone's in the chat. So there were two people. Okay, now I can see if any of you are here and care. Um, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm gonna let a few of y'all come in. It's a wonderful day. Spring is starting. It's hot, and I just bought this leather jacket, and it's the coolest thing ever. I promise you, y'all. If y'all saw this jacket, you would want to steal it from me. I promise you, it's that cool. And I bought it. Came from New York. I bought it super cheap, and I come back home here, and it's like so hot. I can't wear it. If I wear the damn thing, I'm gonna be melting in it. I'm just like, dude, this sucks. It's the coolest jacket of all time. I've wanted this jacket since I was like 5 because I just love that brand of jacket, and I can't even wear it. So thanks, weather. I love you. You're the best. But all right, guys, Arif is in the backstage. So I'm about to get into this intro. I see you, Pokemon Skylanders. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's get into this thing now, y'all. I've been all over the place, so if I look down or anything, please do not think I don't care or I suck. It's just my mind. So let's get into it. All right, guys. Actually, I think yeah. Okay. And when I edit this, y'all not gonna see my face anyway, so don't worry. Okay, 3. Smooth, charming, and ready for action are just a few words to describe the iconic Autobot Jazz, and my guest today more than brings those qualities to the role. Welcome to Jant Moore Interviews. I'm your host, Josh, aka Jant Moore. Taking on the Autobot Lieutenant in Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 and the legendary 40th anniversary Transformers table read. I already messed up. Damn. You know him as Pierce Washington. You also know him as Pierce Washington in the Saints Row franchise and Ages of Mayhem, Finn in various LEGO Star Wars projects, Bebop and TMNT Wrath of the Mutants, Kenta Kasai in Lost Judgment, Princess Smoochie in Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Blacker Baron in Anarchy Reigns, DC in Resident Evil Vendetta, Ronald Red Jackson in Dead Rising 3, and has appeared on camera numerous times since the early 90s, including the role of Lamar Hicks in Sparks. From behind the mic to in front of the camera, he continues to charm audiences and is even raising the next generation of talent the right way. With over 100 acting credits, help me welcome father, actor, and jack of all trades, Arif S. Kinchen. Let's go!
Yeah. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey man, this is an exciting thing. I'm excited to be here, and I'm very privileged that you even inquired about me. I mean that sincerely.
That's so crazy whenever I hear that because I remember when was it? I interviewed Alan Lee and he was doing the voice of Shang Tsung in the new Mortal Kombat game. And he was like, I can't believe you asked me to do this. Like all the guests you got on, I was like, he was like, did I make it? I was like, bro, chill. Like, I'm just like this guy. Like, I don't even think people really know me. So, some people know me, obviously, but it's just so surreal to hear you guys say that. I'm about to come up on 5 years of this interviewing
Woo,
series.
good job.
So yeah, thank you so much. And to see how far it's come and for such great talent such as yourself or anyone I speak to just say that to me is like mind blowing, because I started this when I was in like a trailer park, just writing down ideas of what I wanted to do with this. And to be here now and to do what I'm doing is just greatest blessing from God. I can't even for
There
sure.
it is.
For
There it
sure,
is.
for sure, for sure.
That's a
So
good
thank you
thing.
so much for joining me today. And I hope to make a great show and that you just enjoy your time here. So let's get into it, man, for sure. I was one of the things that really attracted to wanted me to bring you on this platform was just your personality and also your love of music, man. So my second love is music. I love music so much. If I was to like turn the camera, you see my guitar on the
Yeah.
other side of me right over there, and then on the left side of me I have like a whole section just dedicated to like music and CDs and 40th anniversary box sets and stuff like that. Music is my life. So,
Yeah.
what is some music you're listening to these days, and what does music add to your life for you to love it so much?
My kids got me listening to Tyler, so
S-
I'm stuck on Lumberjack Forever.
There
That like
you go.
that BET performance. I remember looking at the red carpet like, yo, what the hell is this dude wearing? What's he going through? And then when I saw the performance, I was like, yo, this dude is dynamic. The same thing with Dochi. Like when I watched Dochi
Oh, beautiful.
on Stephen Colbert, I made the family watch it. I was like, yo, she's about to erupt. I said, this little small stage performance, she's been doing this for years, but this little small performance is about to change her whole freaking life. And I was like, dude, they got their braids interwoven, like stuff like that. And my wife was like, you know her. Then when I finally heard her song that made her famous on TikTok, I was like, oh, I said, I think I didn't pay attention to her because it was too sexy for me. I just wanted a rapper like Rhapsody or Lauren Hill. It's like nothing wrong with people
Mm.
being sexy. Do it. Like I love Little Kim till it's over. You know what I'm saying? I love Foxy Brown. But it
Ah,
was
the
like
greats.
it's
Yeah.
like Doechii on this new album, she's taking it back to she's really feeling like on some MC Light type of flow, or even like, Queen, or like even like that rawness of Salt and Pepper, because people
Hmm.
never give them really the credit of like how raw they were. It's like, yeah, they had Let's Talk About Sex. Great song, but there was so much more from them. And there's one song in particular that I've made my daughter listen to. And well, there's three. There's I Desire off their Hot Cool Vicious album, their very first album. And that freaking song is still to this day one of my number one favorite songs. And then of course Lost Ones by Lauren
Mm.
Hill, and then
Mm.
there was there Queen Latifah, Ladies First. So like that was part of my daughter's catalog, almost like her homework. Like, cause remember iPod Minis.
Yeah, I still have one.
So I would load up like old school hip hop for them, and like now they like in like old school rock and old school soul, and they listen to that. They still listen to stuff like that. So like I roll with it. There's some stuff I can't really get into, but I still love it. And then you said stuff I'm listening to. So Chromacopia, we went to the concert. Let me just tell
I
you,
hate you. You're so lucky.
let me tell
Ugh.
you, like how everybody was saying about Beyonce's Renaissance. All I can say is like a time was had. A time was had at Tyler's concert. A time I was sitting there like, this is a moment. This is really freaking cool. This is really, really the bomb, to be 52 and have kids that are in high school and college, and my wife, and just us being able to sit there and be like, everybody's vibing. And like I heard there was like this whole thing that everybody was doing, like moms were taking their kids, their sons, to see Tyler. I was like, this is a moment, dude. This is really, really dope. Super dope.
Oh man, that album was so good. There's so many concerts I want to go to this year, man.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to go to Tyler's, and then Kendrick and SZA doing a thing in
Yeah.
April
Yeah.
down here, so I gotta go see that. And then
Yeah.
Metallica is coming down to
What?
Atlanta. Yeah, I gotta see Metallica. I have to. That
Oh,
is
snap. Well,
got
you know
to.
the cheat code. If they do an open arena, they say the cheat code is to find like somewhere to park, like somewhere to buy there. Because if you, I heard the little girls was at like when Taylor had a concert, they literally just was hanging at the bridge. Like their parents would like pull up and like double park at the bridge because the sound was so close to the bridge, so they could literally just look at the concert. I was like, that is love. I'm gonna risk this ticket. We gonna listen to Taylor and do this. I was like, that's dope. But once again, Queen Bee, as you get closer to the date, like about a week before she releases those cheap tickets, like you won't be able to see her like dead on, but you can be in the arena. So if it's really about the fandom, then you just get up in there for like $60. I'd rather that than nothing. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. 100%. Cause music is just. I think what music means to me now has just changed so much. Especially as I've gotten older, like listening
Yeah.
to Kendrick and you know, who else I've been listening to. There's this real cool indie band called Delta Sleep. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but it's real indie. I'll send you some of their stuff after.
Please do.
But that band, I kid you not, I saw them live with my best friend. I took him to this concert. I was dragging him to concerts.
Yeah.
The first song they performed, I started crying. Like no, I cry. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was like, "Yo, hold on, wait!" I
So
was
so so
crying.
as my son says, so their aura was dope. Like they had a good aura.
Oh my gosh! Like I love when an artist is hungry,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
I love when an artist is hungry and going to the because usually with concerts it's the artist and then there's like I think they're called headliners like before
Oh,
them.
oh, 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 oh no, it's opening acts. The
Opening
artist,
opening
yeah,
acts. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they had these dope opening acts, and then they came out at the end and they just shook our hands and gave us hugs. And it was just such a surreal moment that really reminds me of what music is, what it could do as an art form.
yeah,
And like, man, when you find that artist who can bring it, listen. Cause the thing I love about Kendrick and what I'm glad people are starting to notice is that like he is a phenomenal performer, not just like a dope
yes,
MC.
yeah.
Like if you've seen his live performances, the artistry, the attention to detail is unmatched. It is beautiful. You can't.
I think he's so dope that you forget to check for him. Kind of like the kid that you know that has a job and he has a place to lay his head. You almost don't even ask him like, "Hey, how you doing today, Steve?" Like you should still ask Steve how he's doing. He has a job and he has a home, but you don't know everything that's going on with him. Kendrick, it's like there's literally concerts online where we could really research it. I have not sat down and watched his live from Paris. I just didn't. And it's not like, oh, I ain't gonna watch Kendrick. I just haven't sat down to watch it. And it's like I feel bad, but it's like the Super Bowl performance kind of proved that he can get down. Like
Yo.
no, the one in LA. The one in LA. Like people forget. Like
Oh, the one he did with Dr. Dre and Eminem.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, dang. I said that's gonna be different. I said I know he has dope stuff. I know he can handle the Super Bowl. Can he handle the Super Bowl? And then my wife said, he's been making music since our kids were like in diapers. And I was like, oh, that's because he's so young. So you forget. It's like Kendrick's just been there, kind of like a good friend in school that you look up and you forgot to invite them to something, but you just thought they was gonna be there, and then you find out the error of your ways later because it's like
Mhm.
you forgot to invite. Oh, he'll be all right. Like nah, he not gonna be all right. But it's like yo, Kendrick is super dope, and when you go back through his catalog, it feels even better. When you go back through his catalog and you come back up, like what I did was as soon as the new album came out, I was like, okay, I've listened to it like 10 times. I need to like clear my brain. So I just threw his catalog on repeat. I mean, on shuffle. And I was like, dang, another one. Dang, another one. Another one. It's like you almost forget how many like hits that you really let into your life and you really have bumped and you really have rode with. And you're like,
Mhm.
wow, man. Especially from the lead single of Money, Weed, and Weather. It's like he ain't stopped.
Yeah.
He ain't stopped.
Mr. Morale was really a turning point for me because I think it was like that album was such a transitional. That album came out at such a transitional point in my life. I'm coming off like a year of graduating high school and
Yeah.
people showing their true colors around me and stuff like that. And that
Oh,
album really spoke to me, especially Mother I Sober. Yo, there is no artist alive who could have done that song besides Kendrick. Unless
yeah.
Tupac was alive, you're
Yeah.
not getting that from anyone else.
That
That
emotional
song,
value.
dude, you haven't felt grief till you felt it sober. What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
you're crazy, Mr. Duckworth. You're crazy.
They call that that's a Kendrick in therapy album. And it's like, yeah, it's like this is the therapeutic side that you need that hopefully yeah, and that's another thing. If you're in therapy to be able to share through your artistry to create therapeutic moments for your fandom, that is next level. That is next I'm going through therapy, so I'm going to run my music in such a way that I can help other people. And then the song. the song of all songs, the what was it? The Heart, where he did Kobe and he did Will and all of them
Ooh,
in
that's I think
the
that's the hard
video.
part five. I think
Yeah,
it's the hard part
man,
five. Yeah.
that's a choke you up every time you hear it. Like any because I saw the visuals, I think anytime I hear it, it makes me almost like cry. Cause you're like, especially when he gets to Nipsey's part,
Mm.
it's like, yo, man, it's like we throw away our heroes, like America throws away their young and their elderly. I definitively no, they eat their young and they throw away their elderly, and it's like I think as a society we're so quick to get rid of people, but I think that almost everybody else appreciates people art and can separate the artist from their wrongs. But I think that we have gotten to a point where we're frustrated with the bull. True enough, we're frustrated, but I think we still throw
Mm.
away people that we loved last week
Mm.
because they tripped out two times or tripped off one time, and it's like, yeah, what they did was horrible, but their music is dope, and it's like, well, we don't want to support their music to give them money. I'm like, have you seen artists? They don't really make money off their music no more anyway, so you can kind of bump it as much as you want. You can stream it 1,000 times, they're gonna get $11. A
Which
million
is a,
dollars.
a whole other conversation
Yeah,
about how artists are compensated, especially with the
man,
invention of
of
AI
streaming.
now.
Yeah,
Streaming and AI and that two
dude,
one combo. Mm.
Taylor's conversation before she had to go as Scooter and then after having to record her own stuff again, it's like, okay, she's like, it's really, it's like, it's her and Beyonce and like and about seven other people. But in terms of that really big pop stuff, it's like, yo, man, why are you not paying these people that are bringing so much joy? As kids,
Yeah.
I remember these people rolling around in Rolls Royces and arriving at big events. It's not about the money, but I mean, if somebody's making the money, make sure they got it. And then you hear the stories of like, oh no, they were pimped out and those houses were actually owned by the labels. But it's like, what about our counterparts, our rock and roll counterparts that didn't have to fall that way, that got it going on better than us? It's like, can we just get a slice of the pie?
Right.
I don't want the whole thing. I just want what's mine. Give me my three. Give me my meat, my potatoes, and my vegetables, and a fork, and I'm good.
For sure.
Please don't give me just meat and no biscuit, dude. What am I? What is this dry as hell?
100%, man. Gosh.
Let the artists eat, man. But I think we throw our artists away, and it's like, yes, I think we need to. How do you say it? We need to cuss you out. We need to put you in check. Let you know that you effed up. But you know, I'm gonna say it out loud. Step in the Name of Love was a lot of people's wedding song. I don't think that they should not be able to listen to it. What he did in his private life is horrible. Horrible. But guess what? I ain't never stopped eating jello pudding and I still love the Cosby show. I don't give a
That's
damn.
great.
I don't gotta ever F with this dude ever, but I still love it and I love what he did for us. I love the fact that I can watch the Cosby Show right freaking now and find amazing clarity of how to be a good person, especially a person of color, and how to exist and to give out good examples. And it's like, yo, we throw all that stuff away. It's like, yes, these people did bad, but yo, let's look at the good things. Let's look at the good stuff.
It's so
And
in
ignition is still the shit.
it's such an interesting conversation about artistry because it's like the reason I think if we had to put what we do as people, me and you in the entertainment industry, or even doing podcasting or
Mhm,
making music or doing voice acting, if we were to put that into like a solution or a science, the name of the game is connection, right?
mm, mhm,
The reason the art is so successful and goes so long and is, the reason why Thriller is still on the Billboard 200 is because of that connection, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's so there's so much stuff that I love, and it's such an interesting. This is why take it back to Kendrick. One of my favorite songs he did was "Mortal Man" at the end
mm,
of "To Pimp a Butterfly." We
mhm,
had that conversation,
mhm.
and I think that this, I don't know, man. It's so interesting. This there's so many sides to it, and I see all sides of it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I see why people think the way they do, and I see what you're saying, and there's so much you could. I don't know. It's just so it's a
It
real
it
lengthy.
it is a huge, as they used to say, it's a cluster F word. It's a huge cluster F of all kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. But it's like I will say this: our nation still went to go watch Woody Allen movies. I'm not gonna say nothing past that. You know what that dude did. I was alive. I watched it happen. Not it's like and Roman Polanski, like, oh, dope,
Mm,
made dope movies. Like, so is it just that my tan don't make you happy? Is that what it is?
mm,
Is that that's what's up? And like, I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, but there's people that are well respected and got Emmys that are doing things on TV right freaking now, living great lives with their families right now. That did some things that were on Entertainment Tonight and such, and we don't fault them.
right.
That's why I was hot as fish grease with Jonathan Majors. I was hot as fish grease.
Ah.
I was hot as fish grease, dude. I'm still pissed off about it. And it's like I get it and I don't, because I'm like, dude left. He called you. I'll be damned if you incriminate me if I call you to help. It's like, if a person wants to hate me for it and say, "Oh, you don't get it," it's like, all right, fool. That's what America is. We all supposed to have opinions, but it's like this. There's dudes going to the Golden Globes and winning Oscars that did way worse,
It's like that whole thing when
way
Will Smith
worse.
slapped Chris Rock and people were
Yeah.
acting like that's the worst thing ever. And then people were quick to be like, "Hey, what was the actor's name?" But he literally cussed out a Native American tribe and was calling them all derogatory terms and stuff. But that's
Or
you.
just John Wayne.
Oh, that's his name. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's his
John
name.
Wayne and the guy that played Moses in the Ten Commandments, the NRA chairman. It's like, hey man, if they can still do what the hell they want to do and be loved, it's okay. But Public Enemy taught me. They said mother f him and John Wayne. So till I die, that's how I feel. I'm like, yep, I love his movies because my great grandmother loved his movies.
Mm.
She was raised in a different time. I'm not that N word. Don't play with
So,
me.
well, we could go on forever about this
Yeah,
topic, but I want to switch it over to you, man, and get into your story
yeah.
and to get into this lengthy career and resume that you have that really took me for a whirl when I was looking all the stuff you've done. I remember watching the 40th anniversary table read with me and my good friends. We sat there. We actually had a whole meetup for it. It was so
Oh, dope.
nice. Yeah, we're all castmates and stuff, and it was just so awesome to sit with them and chat about the show we're on and watch that together. And we got up real early to see it, and that was my first introduction to who you are in your
Okay,
face. But
okay.
I've known your work for a
Mm-hmm.
very long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the funniest thing. The coolest thing to me about researching voice actors is to see how long you guys have been a part of my lives. I can remember I can remember some of you guys for I can remember some of you guys from this role, but
Mm-hmm.
then if I go back and research, it's like, no, 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 you've known them way before that. You know them back in
Yeah.
the day,
Yeah.
and it's just so cool. So you grew up in Los Angeles, and
Yes.
that's where the entertainment industry is. That's the entertainment hub, baby. And I'm so curious. A lot of the times in the Black community, the arts and sports and stuff like that is viewed as a way to come out and go into better circumstances and such like that. So I'm curious, with you living in that landscape and seeing probably celebrities walking down the street or something like that, how did you view the arts growing up, and how do you view the arts now?
Movies like Fame, videos like Beat It and behind the scenes of MTV and just LA Life kind of forged everything. Winona Price is an award-winning makeup artist. As my mother, what is my mother's good friend, and she used to come by and practice like horror makeup and different kind of things, like making it look like you've been beaten and stuff like that. And she worked on freaking Facts of Life and Different Strokes or Webster. And She let me come to set one day, and I was super dope. I still got that script. So that was super dope. When I was a
Nice.
kid, I was in elementary school. I went to school. LA, it, you know, LA is so hilarious. I'm gonna say the name of people I went to school with throughout this interview, and people are gonna be like, "Ain't no way," and it's like, "Yeah,
I
uh,
know some. I heard some. I know some of the names, and I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah."
wait, hold
You know
on.
some. You already know. So that at that time, that was Bumper Robinson. So every Friday, every 3 Fridays out of the month, Bumper come to school dressed super clean. I can't really play. I gotta go to work. Whatever, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get him dirty, but at the same time, you like, okay, it's hella important to him. Okay. And then I went there, and I remember my great grandmother used to be the housekeeper for Jacqueline Smith, which was one of the Charlie's Angels. And so my mother made me change in the back of her Fiat on the street into good clothes so I wouldn't embarrass nobody going up to this set. And I went up to the set, and they were working on their stuff, shooting their scenes. She had her dogs with her. She let me play with her dogs, but I was like 6. So that's not responsible adulting. So she let me play with him. I think I ran through the set like twice while they were filming the scene.
Oh God.
But I was clean. My clothes were clean, and I wasn't gonna embarrass nobody. So that was super dope. But going to school with people, going to school with Bumper, and then going to school right after Shanice Wilson. Like, oh yeah, you don't know Shanice? She went here. Like, oh really? And then meeting her, and it was that super cool. And then going to school with people who's like, I guess kind of like how it is for my kids. Like, oh, their dad or their mom is an actor, but you don't really know them from what they're from. And then you end up sitting up late one day, you're watching the show with your grandparents, and you're like, oh my God, that's Johnny's dad. Oh, that's Timmy's mommy. That's Timmy's mommy. And you're like, oh, damn, okay. And then maybe they roll up in a newer car, and you're like, oh man, what the hell your dad do? Oh, he just got a 3 picture deal. Like, oh, okay, all right. You don't know nothing about it. But all of that to say, all and then you know, Tyra Banks, Tyra started doing modeling and blowing up. And it's like, damn, what the hell am I gonna do? I need to do something with my life. And then the homies went to pitch themselves for house parties. So Shamika and Jeffrey Adamus, he's Puerto Rican. I say Adams, he's Adamus. So Jeffrey, I'll never ever stop giving them props. They gave a 4x6 photo with my picture in it. It was like a group of friends. Didn't nobody know about no damn headshot. We went to we went to art school. We was supposed like they didn't want us working. That was the rule. Like you can't work. You're here to learn to act. You're not supposed to be doing anything. And it was like, what are you talking about? Whatever.
That doesn't
So
make
it
sense.
so it was summer. So summer kind of don't count. They turned it in. I went down there, met the people. They liked my energy because my cousin and I had blonde streaks in our head, as you guys saw from House Party. So it's like, hey, we're helping to cast this thing called House Party. You want to be in it with Kid and Play? I was like, oh, cool, because I had already lied and said that me and my friend Idris were Kid and Play to get into a nightclub, and we went there and we rapped. And we rapped like 2 of their songs, like it was. And I ended up working for them dudes, Diamond Productions. I ended up working for them for like
Get
almost 10
out.
years after that. Yeah, after the actual screening of House Party, they ended up bringing me and my friends on to work with them as junior promoters, pa- flyer passer outers, and crowd motivators, whatever that may be. So we did that, and then I ended up working with Kenny Ortega after that because I got into the thing called central casting, where central casting does all the background nationwide and sometimes international. But they used to have a thing called Cinex. Cinex was for you broke people that weren't union, and that was me because I was only 16. So I didn't have all that money to do all the other stuff. But I thought I was rich, man. I was making like $70 a day, shoot. And then when we did house party, I think I came home with like about 1,000, maybe 1,500. Ooh, I was rich like a bug. All I got to do is dance. Okay, cool. And then you meet Rosie Perez. You meet whatchamacallit, the freaking It's so hilarious. It's the Far Side before they even knew they were the Far Side. So we're all hanging out, and then of course, Kid and Play, Daryl Chill Mitchell, Groovy Chill, Robin Harris, all these people you're meeting on in Martin. I was a little brother to this girl named Robin. That was really cool, and I think uh, she was very cool with Martin, because I know I saw them around town together. But you get to meet all these different people and all these directors, and that's how you start your career, man. I mean, that's a good bang out. And then you go work for Kenny Ortega, and then you work more than 40 hours a week, and you don't realize that you can shut their whole production down because you lying about your age. And it's child labor laws, and they ask you, "Hey, are you 18?" "Not, yeah, hell yeah, I'm 18. What you talking about?" And then you go back to school. They're like, no, you got to leave, and then you end up going to Pally, which is where I go to school with Will I Am, who was Will 1X. Then my homeboy that would bring me home and drive me in their busted up car, and he said I rap, and I was like, let me hear some stuff, and I helped him with a couple of things with his pen, and just always cool, super friends. Is now a super MC, Alex Ancanya, aka Tumex from the Mighty Visionaries, and then Corey Gomberg from Cybertech, and then just like all these just great people, man, just great human beings, like people that I that are still in my life to this very day. Literally, I talk to these people like on the phone, like they pick up the phone when I call. It's like very good to know these people. Not Will, because Will's famous, but Will hug me and break my back if he sees me in person, and I love that more than I love anything. The whole Black Eyed Peas massive, they'd be like Reef, and I'm like, that's dope. That is the dopest thing on the planet. If you don't understand, it's like, you try to let people live their life and watch them get their fame, and you kind of don't want to bother them, or for me, I never want to be let down, and I think that's tacky of me, because I don't think highly enough of people to really think that they would act right. But
Mm.
I've been disappointed a couple of times, and I've even let some people down when I was in the mood. But it's like Will, Tumex, any of these people never, ever, ever, ever trip. Always good. Tyra Banks, always good. Kenya Moore, dude. I mean, sorry, yeah, Kenya Moore, also, he's a singer, but Kenya Barris never ever trips. And of course Bumper, because Bumper and I, we've done a couple of voiceover projects together and everything. But it's just a trip, because none of us were tall, and Bumper is like a freaking football player now. It's like, this dude, he's aged great. He's aged effing great,
Yeah,
dude. I'm like,
Bumper
dude, I want to
Robinson.
borrow some of his jeans, man. His brother dope too, man. It's like, dude, I got four. I got four. Well, there was four of us. I mean, there was five of us. Now it's four of us, and it's like only one of them I kind of want to look like. I'm like, nah, I want to look like. But if I could get some of Bumper's jeans, I'd be like, I'd be a knockoff. Shit.
Nah, man. So basically, what I'm gathering is it's just that the environment kind of made you feel like you had to be in this industry, in a
Yeah.
sense. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, oh! I freaking forgot. Went went to school 1 year before Anthony Anderson. So Monica Calhoun from Best Man would always be like, "You don't know Anthony," and then Chandrella Avery, who was from Napoleon Dynamite, the black girl. What was Lafa, whatever.
Hold on.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. it,
Hold
it it really was one black person in Napoleon. I don't have to, it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know the character, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
on.
Lafa something, but that's like big sis, dude. She loves
Wow.
me. She loves my wife. She's freaking, that's big sis forever, dude. Chandrella Avery. Uh, so yeah, so I went. God put me with a lot of cool ass people, man. And then Kareem Grimes and Howard Akers. Kareem Grimes is preach on All American. Like, I've known him since we were on the bus
Wow.
going out, people going to auditions, going in and out of people's offices, like all these people that are super big and doing great things. Like, I've had the pleasure of knowing these people for so many years that it's hilarious. I remember James Avery's best friend used to go to the cleaners by my house, and I used to be like, damn, dude, I wish this dude could have made it. I had no idea what the hell this dude was doing aside from acting. It's like this dude could have been doing anything. I found out at his funeral he was producing stuff with James. He was a producer on his plays. He did voiceover and all this other stuff. And I was like, you got a real shallow view of life, Arif. You got to figure this out and
Mm.
and respect people at face value and don't wonder about what they do or what they did. Cause LA will do it to you, man. LA will make you be like, hey, so what you doing? Why you drive that car? What you got? Hey, why you always wearing clean clothes? Why you always got clean tennis shoes on? Why you always got money on you? It's like, how you doing today? What's your name? Okay, cool. How's your family? How's your life? Like, why don't I do that as opposed to all the other stuff? You know what I mean?
That's so interesting. I hear about that a lot, but just to go back to all the amazing people, like Bumper, man, like I've been inspired by Bumper Robinson since I was like a little kid. I
Hmm.
love I think what he brings to, so many black icons, man. And I think that's so,
But ain't that
and
weird? I just know them. I like, and then you think you like, oh, they are. Oh, my bad.
it's that's cool though, man. That's a blessing,
Heck
like
yeah.
it's I'm glad you've had that influence around you, It's kind of like this pod. No, I don't really like calling this a podcast. I don't know. It's like an interview thing, whatever. But
This conversation vehicle.
yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah. We cooking. Nah, but this is a means to an end in the sense that this has helped me become a better performer.
Yes.
Like it's helped me be a better performer. Not only a better performer, but a better human.
Hmm.
Like I've gained so many perspectives from so many people, like Fred Tatasciore. I work with Fred,
Oh.
I do so much
Whew.
stuff with him, and Steve, and it's just like crazy. Corey
Now
Burton.
look at now.
And
Stop. Ain't it a trip that you can say the first name? I know exactly who you're talking about, but people will think you trying to flex, and it's like I'm not trying to drop names. I'm just telling you people I know and that I'm down with, but I'm not doing it for flaws. But I know exactly who you're talking about. But everybody else on the outside will be like, oh god,
yeah, like
oh.
here they go. It's just no, it's just like
This is
I
just what it
never.
is.
Yeah,
Okay, how
like I.
about this? Steve from accounting, Fred from housekeeping.
Make
It's the
it.
same thing, same damn thing, bro.
Nah, it's just such a blessing to be able because I never would have imagined I know these people or for them to even like me. I've always had self-confidence issues because a lot of people in high school, unfortunately, my high school was very I live in the South, so we're just gonna leave
Okay,
that there
okay.
and you could paint that picture.
As they
um
say, mm-hmm.
so a lot of self-confidence issues arose from that, especially when I did my interviews. I'll never forget, there's this one kid who I called a friend at the time, silly me. He was like, oh Josh, what you do with these interviews are not hard. I could do this in like one day. And I remember being very angry. And
You should have been.
I thought at the time I was tripping, but after looking back and I was like, no, wait. No, I have a right to be angry because how dare you disrespect what I'm doing?
And
You know,
minimize.
and right, it's like people going to you if you tell them you're a voice actor and they're like, "Oh, so you're pretend acting." What is that? What do you mean? Voice acting is acting is as acting is. I feel like in my personal opinion, voice acting is the purest form of performing, right? Because it's just your voice
Mm-hmm.
putting to picture these incredible characters, and you can't rely on that little wink or that little nudge or that little
Yes.
you looking down or looking up. No, your voice has to convey that this character knows something that the other one doesn't, or that the character is lying, or that the character is super happy or super angry at this. That is what we have to do as voice actors. This is
Mm-hmm.
always going to be acting. I would never forget Michael Bay, what he said about voice actors.
What did he say?
He basically was like, "Oh, I want real actors, not voice actors." Basically, downplaying voice acting.
Well, that's why he
And
had me audition for Jazz and for those two racist ass Transformers in the second movie. So apparently we're not real actors. Maybe that's why he hired us. Cause he hired Darius, but he had all of us, all the young black Hollywood auditioning to do it. And it's like, okay, but we were always voice actors anyway. We weren't just, you know what I'm saying, on camera. We were full fledged actors. And then for that secondary movie with the two Chevy,
Skids
bolts.
and mud flap,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And it's like sometimes when you don't book a movie, you're like, yeah, okay, amen. But you happy for the people that booked it. I to this day am so happy that Darius got that, because Darius McQuarrie was one of the first really bona fide money making, booty shaking superstars in Hollywood that was like, Rafe, what's up, dog? Like literally one of the very first that was already on TV giving me love out in public. So I have no problems with that dude. And then the other gentleman, was it Reno? It might have been Reno.
Reno
Yeah,
Wilson
so I'm
and
happy
Tom
for him.
Kenny.
So I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy, but it was like, yo, man, sometimes, you know, you get so excited to do uh a role and to work with people, you might come outside of yourself and do some stuff, and you don't control the tapes. So you give a performance in the context of, oh, it's going to be this way, and then it's utilized in this way, and then you might feel a certain way at the end of it. You be like, damn, is that how I really sounded? Is that what I really did? I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to sound like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. But for him to say that, you know, I don't know, man. It's like I've been appreciative to work on two of his films, not because of him. Well, three of his films, not because of him, but because of my talent. I got to work on them through various sources. But it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm happy he brought Transformers to screen, and
Yeah.
it gave me a dream, and it started the universe off. But
Mhm.
Rise of the Beast is still like probably the best one.
Yeah, yeah. Transformers One was good though. We're gonna get into Transformers. We're
Oh
gonna get into
hell
it.
yeah,
We're gonna
hell
get
yeah,
into it. We're gonna get into it.
yeah,
But to continue on that conversation about voice acting, man, you know what I've learned just from just us speaking to each other was that your life really could have gone in so many different directions, right? And we don't control what happens, so I hope you can humor me when I answer
yeah,
this question.
yeah.
But how and why did voice acting and voiceovers become your primary ultimate path for creative success?
To this day, I don't know. I just know. No, and I say that honestly to the world. My brother used to ask me in front of the church or amongst people or in private, like, how did you do that? I'm like, yo, I, you know, and this isn't to you, but it's like to most, this goes out to the world. Like, you really think I set up and only wanted to do one thing? I came in this just trying to get down and do everything, and this looked like something super dope to do. So I got in here, but it stuck. It's like the thing about on camera acting, and as we come out of the 90s into the 2000s, sometimes there was some stuff that was just a little too ghetto for me, and that's me on some bull. And I say that because Don Cheadle was in Bullworth. Look at Don Cheadle now. If I could have got from in front of myself and got from beside myself and just did great performances and honor the fact that it was an opportunity to do something, then maybe I'd be further on my on camera career. But with the voiceover, I was allowed to just be a reef. I didn't have to hold myself any certain way. I could do my voice different ways. And now in 2025, oh, that's cringy. Oh, that's black exploitation. That's this. It's like it was then at that moment, and I got the check. And every time I did a performance and I would see it on screen, that's what bettered me and made me say like, okay, I'll never do that again. Okay, nah, you know what? I kind of effed up. I ain't doing that no more. Or like, you know what? I could have went harder. I should have went harder on that. I should have.
Mm.
But I was the kind of actor that was saying stuff like, "Hey, if they want me to gang bang and sell dope, I gotta die horribly before training day." Before training day, I was saying that. I was like, if you want me to be a criminal, you're gonna have to kill me, or I gotta turn around and end up being positive. I need to see the people that I grew up with or the people that I've been adjacent to, you know what I'm saying, and their lives reflected. Cause I can't just keep giving Hollywood this, we can cuss, right?
Yeah.
We can't just keep giving them this nigga shit, man. I wanted to give them some like, I'm black. Can you accept some black things? Can you accept some black stories? Can you just let me be a black man? Because I remember commercials like, "Hey, look it, such and such got a job." Remember the McDonald's commercials? It's like that's what I grew up with. Once again, back to the Cosby's. Theo went to college and ended up being a professor. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Wayne went to school and ended up being a professor to help other young black people. It's like, can we just talk about being us? Yeah, I can be a criminal. Do I have to sell crack? Can I sell heroin and wear a suit? Can I own the weed farm and people work for me?
All
I
right,
could do
let's
that.
switch it up.
Do I have to have a do rag and just and be like, yo, dog, Do I have to, or can I just be me and be funny and just
Right, be natural.
like I live my real life? Can I just be me and be amongst these different people? Because I really love real people and I grew up with real people. I grew up with every race. I went to a school where literally, and I know that this is a hard thing for people to talk about nowadays, but I stand on it. I went to school with Jewish people, Palestinians, Muslims, Buddhists, Taoists, Christians, and probably polygamists. But we all hung out at lunch and we danced and we rapped and we talked about what we were doing on the weekend. We would go to the mall and stuff, and it wasn't
Real mixing pot. Real
it
mixing
wasn't it
pot.
wasn't
Yeah.
everything and all super heavy. So can I reflect that on screen? Can I reflect that? So that's where I kind of veered off from the acting thing, unless it was stuff that was kind of quality. 'Cause remember there was a lot of shows, crime dramas, and yeah, we need you to play this black guy that sold some things, and we might find out different things at the end of the episode, but give it to us the real way. Come on, keep it street. And it's like, man, my ancestors are talking to me right now. I'm gonna sock you in your mouth.
Yeah, it's that's why Black Panther was such a big
Oh,
deal to the black community,
oh
right? Yeah,
man,
like
man,
Chadwick
man,
being gone still doesn't.
man.
That's
42. Everything he did, 42 and Black Panther were
mm,
dynamic, dude. Dynamic, man. It's 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 so refreshing that they took the chance. But both those movies, even Get On Up with James Brown, they
hmm
took the chance to allow a 360, really damn near a 920 view. Like, let's turn it around a couple of times. They allowed us to be seen fully, fully realized. Wakanda, man, as fake as it is, let's talk about the realism of, like, go to South Africa, go to Durban, go to Johannesburg, go to Ghana. There there's really dope places that are in Africa that look like you're going to a neighborhood somewhere in your city. It's not just the propaganda of kids with flies on their body and everybody
mm,
being hungry.
yep.
It's so effed up that that's what they fed us, and that's kind of like what we didn't even accept it. It's just what we were fed. There was
hmm
no other choice on the menu. And it's like until Nelson Mandela was freed, it was like, oh, everybody's going through these things, and they always fight amongst each other, and da 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 da. And it's like, okay, that don't even feel right. But thank God for news outlets. Thank God for HKN News and Reuters and different people like that, so you can see what's really popping off, and Al Jazeera network, so you can see what's really popping. When I was growing up, they told me Al Jazeera was a terrorist network. Al
Of
Jazeera
course they
News.
did. Of
Al
course they
Jazeera
did.
News.
Of course they did.
That, like, you're like, oh, okay, well then I won't watch it. And then you get older and you sitting there, you're like, that just looks like a news story. Oh, oh, oh. And every single place has their slant. Everybody's gonna put their slant on it. But when it comes to world issues, I've never been steered wrong in my from an opinion standpoint of just facts. Now, opinion wise, whatever, but from facts and different views and being able to see it from a different angle with the cameras and like literally showing me what's happening, Al Jazeera, Reuters have never let me down, and HKN. I knew about the tsunami at least 8 hour no 6 hours before America talked about it.
Wow.
I want you to think about that. I was because
It's
I'm a goofball. Like I watch like Korean and Japanese television like through PBS, and I was sitting there and I was like, "Is this happening in real time?" And
yeah.
I would go on the internet and I didn't see nothing. I was watching. I was like, and my wife's like, "Why are you still up?" I said, "Yo, this is happening over in Japan. Yo, they had a tsunami." And then breaking news. I was like, "Y'all late as hell. Oh man, y'all
Too
late."
late. Too late.
Yeah, y'all been talking about frying pans, and you can buy this ceramic coated frying pan.
But let's defund the Department of Education, shall we?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
let's fire.
You know what? Jimmy Carter started that. I didn't realize it was that young. I didn't realize like I just got finished listening to something. I think it was it was a god dang it. What is it? Not PBS, but it's just like that, but for radio. Uh
Oh, NPR.
Yeah, NPR, they were
There we
talking about
go.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that like that's how I spend my time in traffic. Like I'll listen to a little bit of Tyler, a little bit of Kendrick, and then I'll be like, let me get some NPR in me. It's a
It's
show
a good
called
little diet there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a show called It's Been a Minute, and this brother Sam used to run it, and now this sister is behind it, and it's like they just talk
Nice.
about some really cool topics that are really mind blowing, and simple, and it's fed to you real quick, nothing long winded, just like real quick with a couple of pundits talking, and you're done, and it helps out a lot. But they were talking about it. Jimmy Carter started it, and Ronald Reagan was the first person to hate on it. When I was growing up, I
Of
thought Ronald Reagan
course.
was so dope. I thought he was so dope.
No, can we get into that though? Because I feel like I'm losing my mind when I say that.
Black people will lie and say what they want, and I don't know if it was because they were able to sell the Hollywood image, but I really thought Ronald Reagan was super dope. I
I
remember
did
being
too.
I was so hurt that he got shot. I was like, why'd they shoot the president, mommy? Oh, that
Should have did
seems
it
so
three
bad.
times. Should have do it. Should have did it more.
Rolled up on dude cold blooded in the street like pop pop pop. Oh, I don't know why I did it. Yeah, you do. You know why you did it. You know why the hell you shot that dude. But I remember being hella sad, bro. Like, oh, why they do that? And then, Nancy Reagan seemingly to be an innocent in it all, and just say no to drugs. The Dare program was dope because we had a female officer that came up to my school. I don't know about nobody else. In that uniform, yeah. I was raised in a whole nother era. Don't get mad at me.
Nah,
She
man,
she was
it's
fine. She was fine. She looked like somebody out of police academy or something like that. I was just like, I'm 5 years. I'm what, fifth grade. Like, ooh, she's so beautiful.
that's how it start, man. Hold
Hey
on, get into
man.
the tea.
Hey, let's just tell the truth, man. They raised us all to be horny as hell, man. They showed us movies like Porky's and Hooters and all these weird ass movies, man. We wasn't supposed to be watching that stuff at that young age. Crazy nation, man. Nation is crazy as hell. And be like, why y'all act like that? Dude, you see what we was fed? We was fed guns, dope, and sex. That was our
Yep.
diet. Miami Vice was on TV.
Yep.
Kids watched the A Team, Knight Rider, and Miami Vice. That was the diet. That was
Mm.
the diet. So it's like, you know, give your Generation X people a little break. Just give them
Oh. Oh.
just give them a little break.
Yeah.
We a little bit wrapped up. Yeah, underage drinking. Yeah. Oh, all the movies. Oh, it's a high school drinking party. What? What the hell are you teaching us we supposed to be doing when we get to high school?
Yep.
I'm so blessed. My kids are not with that crap, dude. They're not. That's not their flow. Neither is it most of their friends.
Which is good. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's good to have that positive influence in such a very
Yeah.
scary world
Yeah.
right now, and we could talk about that for hours. That's a whole nother episode with you in
Yeah.
and of itself. I just and then we'll get off of this after I say this and pivot back to you. But when I saw I woke up. No, I was on TikTok and I saw the Trump Zelensky
Oh,
meeting. Yeah,
yeah.
and Trump was like, "You're gambling with World War III." I'm like, "Dog, what do you like? it's like so clear what you are, man. You can't hide it. And then people in the comments section talk about some, this is exactly what I voted for. So you voted for a man who's peddling a dictator? That's who you voted for? How
Yeah.
dumb are y'all? Maybe we do deserve Trump because all of you are dumb. Maybe we do, because this makes no
You know what?
sense.
Here's the thing. Our nation is based on the back of
One
wants,
quick
hopes,
question.
and lies.
One quick thing.
What?
Your camera keeps
It
moving.
follows me. Yeah, it follows me. I
Oh,
for the nerds in the audience, I'm gonna blow your mind. I actually have a fully regulated gaming PC with a 3000 series freaking graphics card, about 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I could not throw out my Kinect camera. I could not, so I connected it to my PC immediately. And so here's the
that's
thing, the
cool.
Kinect camera is a damn near X-ray 3D modeling rotoscoping camera. It is literally
Whoa.
used on projects. You know that show God dang it. Is it called Undone on Amazon, where it was like drawn kind of like Astro World, and it was the girl from Battle Angel Elite, Battle Angel Alita, the star
Alita
of
Battle
that.
Angel?
Yeah, yeah. The star of that. Remember they gave her a show with
Hmm.
her and Bob Odenkirk, I think, on Amazon, where he plays like her dead dad, and she fades in between reality
Hold
and
on,
things.
you got me
But
looking
but
up
but
stuff on
it's
on.
super dope, and it's an original art form. When I auditioned, they had Connect cameras in the room to audition us.
Oh wow.
They were filming us, and they had like 3 of them, because they were like, "Yeah, this is gonna be the camera. We're gonna draw you with that, and we're trying to get the modeling of you with that." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is like a poor man's volume." Oh my god. No, because it's like somebody's office that really that's not what they do, but it's like they're super dope at what they do in terms of casting. But it was like I was like, this is dope, bro. I like this a lot. And so yeah, so that thing, I think it's called Undone or
Okay.
Undead. Yeah, yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, give me 2 seconds. I'll find it. Yeah. See,
Do,
you
do,
started,
do, 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 do. I did. I ain't gonna deny it. Hey,
Battle
let me
Angel,
take that.
Battle Angel
Do,
Alita.
do,
Here you
do,
go.
do,
So
do,
what else
do,
has
do.
she done? She
My
did
fault, yo. I can't
yeah,
sing.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
know
Hey,
that.
hey. Where, where's her show? Where's her show? Oh, come on, come on, come on. It's a TV show. Come on. She does a lot
Nah.
of good stuff. It's called, come on, man. Oh, excuse me. Maybe it's not. It- Undone. It's called Undone. It's called Undone, and it's on Amazon. The show is dope. I recommend anybody. It's almost like watching my what was the video game from PlayStation where it was like real people's lives. It's not My So-Called Life, but it was something like that. And they're up to like the fourth in the series, where it's like a real
Okay.
person's life. It's like stuff like that, where it's like you really in something, but it's animated. Did you ever see the group Aha Take on Me, the video?
Yeah, not the video, but I know the song
Okay,
in the
okay,
group. Yeah.
okay. So there's the song got big because it was drawn and live action at the same time, but in the 80s. So it was like ain't nobody ever seen nothing like that. That's crazy. So this show is like a more realized vision of that with the modern technology. And it's super it's dope. It's like you're playing a video game, but you're watching a show. So super dope. Super dope.
Tough.
Yeah. But I say all
Tough.
that to say I'm cheap as hell and I'm not getting rid of my camera.
Me and you both. Actually, I have to upgrade my camera because my camera's lens broke, and I just have
Oh.
not been able to fix it. That's why I look so like I do what I can because like I
I
have
think you're doing a
lights.
good job. It looks good to me.
Eh,
The
If
fans
you
like
saw the
it.
old quality, you'd be like, "All right, Josh, like what's going on,
What
gang?" I'm sorry.
you had a DLS kind of camera and stuff like that?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a Sony.
Mirrorless and all that stuff.
There you go, boom, Sony A5100,
Hey
and
man. Hey, guess what? Guess what? Shingles doesn't care. That is the family.
man.
That's my family's joke. Like anytime something's popping, it's like, guess what? Shingles doesn't care. That is the wildest commercial, bro. I read for that commercial. That commercial is wild as hell, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Now that's something about voiceover that people don't realize. That is the wildest thing to read any medical anything. Cause it's like, hey, da 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 da, and then you might die if you sneeze too hard, and da 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 da. Like, oh, keep
Yeah,
dancing, keep dancing, keep dancing. Like, nah, man, what the hell is this I'm reading, bro? This is bad. This is a terrible drug.
this is a
What is?
terrible.
Why is this out?
And then you have to read it like super fast and don't read it.
with
Yeah.
with a smile, with a smile. You gotta sell it like, hey, and it might create liver. And the number one line that anybody on the planet can really understand is this: may cause death. So if you're allergic to this, don't take it. How the hell do I know I'm allergic to it unless I take it? What the hell are you talking about? What
This
the hell are you talking about? Could you run my blood and maybe put it in a little bit of drop of it first? Because that sounds like Russian roulette. I might as well stick to smoking. I mean, geez.
hilarious,
It's
bro. You're
like, but you know I'm telling the truth. Like it's that one like may cause death. Like that don't even sound. Hey, take this Tylenol, but you might die. Like what?
yeah, there are tons of stupid. It's all it feels like such a scam some of the times. But anyways,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm on some soapbox stuff. That's all I
no,
am.
you're good. Don't worry about it. Like I said, these interviews are. I don't know if you've ever watched Drink Champs, but
Oh
this
hell
is
yeah.
my yeah. This is Drink Champs voice acting edition. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So this is my opportunity to celebrate, to vent, to just chop it up, have fun.
Sponsored by Chinet. BYOB, homies.
I need a sponsor, man. Shoot, if y'all try.
You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna get it.
For sure, man. Well, I want to talk about my first time actually hearing you. I didn't know this was until I started researching, but you were in Symbiotic Titan. That
Yo, yo, talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
such a such a funny role. You're the guy on the radio, the rapper guy, which is so interesting. I'm curious, how was your role in Symbiotic Titans pitched to you, and what was recording that even like?
Here goes the thing. You get a phone call about 8:30. Hey, do you have any demos of your music? Yeah, they're up on my YouTube. Send me the links real quick. Okay, and I send the links. Okay, can you send me an actual MP3 of your music? I was like, that's weird. It's on YouTube. You can listen to it. Okay, cool. Let me send it to you. And then I had to convert it because it was too big to send. So I finally got it right, sent it. All right. It's this show, Ginky from Dexter's Laboratory. I said, okay, cool. From Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. I said, okay. Where you want me?
Gendy
And
Tartakovsky,
yeah, anywhere
yeah.
you want me. So like I go. She says, "Okay, just get dressed and be ready to go." They give me the address. I go deep into the Hollywood Hills, like the more Sherman Oaksy side. I pull up to this house and I was like, "Oh, this house is probably about to be dynamic because it does not look like nothing from the outside. It's probably gonna be super dope as hell." And lo and behold, this mofo had a freaking studio in his house that could rival Danny Elfman, dude. I was like, "Yep." And as I'm walking I don't go to the house. I go up and then to the right, go up the stairs, the way you're supposed to when an artist has a studio. And bro, I'm walking past gold and platinum albums. I'm like, hey man, who are you, bro? Who are you? Really super dope guy. He was a guitarist for a group, and he played some other instruments, but he got into engineering and mixing as well, and it served him. Their kids went to school together, man. That's how this shit happened. Their kids went to school together, and guess who wrote the rap? Ginky. It wasn't even me. How do you say his name correctly?
Gendy.
Gindy. GT put it on. Gindy he wrote the rap. I just said the rap. He wrote the rap. I want you to see how dope that is. He wrote the rap. That had nothing to do with me. But all I did was I listened to it and I said, okay. I said, he said, anyway you want to do it? I said, anyway. I said, Luda. And I went in there and I did it. Cause I was like, this is a Luda song. This beat is Luda. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody. And I was like, all right, let me try it. No, let's do it again. I said, all right, now we in pocket. I said, just get me the most in pocket you can. I said, I got the flow, I got the words now. And he came, man, GT came in and was like, oh man, that sounds dope. And it was like, how long you guys been working on it? It was like about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You know what I'm
Off the
saying?
dome, off the dome.
Nah, nah, off your words. Off
Off your
and like
words.
it's like all I need is a beat. Like, the good I tell my students and I tell most people like if they want to do voiceover, I'm like, have you ever rapped? Have you ever sang? Have you ever done comedy? Have you ever done stand-up comedy? If you sang, rapped, or done stand-up comedy, you're gonna fare very, very well. You're gonna fare very well because you're gonna always know how to ride the beat. You're gonna know how to ride the wave of the emotion and what's popping. Have you done improv? Okay, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. Come on in. Come on in. Because it's like sometimes when you're just reading the words off the page. Now you're an actor. Okay, great. I can do this. Or you're a singer. Oh, there's a melody in the middle of this. There's something else
Hmm.
popping in this. Oh, there's a
All
rapper. Oh,
connects.
I'm gonna hit these words just a little bit different than the average guy would. It's like, why are you saying it like that? Oh, damn, that actually sounded dope in the commercial. That's why I did it like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like improv, you're gonna be able to say things that are gonna be wild and off the cuff, or you're gonna do something wild in the middle of a sentence that is like unexpected because you're an improv person. So we were able to flip it out, knock it out. We put it down, man, and I was just like, "Hey, that thing I went in for, it's gonna be so dope when you see it." Okay. I'm like, no, it's like it's dope. I got the rap. I got the rap. I was like, all right, it's gonna be dope. And when I saw it, I was like, is she twerking? Why is she twerking? What in the world am I doing? What is this? I was like, I am hella proud to be on this show. But that's what I'm talking about. Like you can do stuff that's pseudo ghetto and still be dope and not ever feel bad about it. But then there's some things you might do and you just like, all right, I won't do that again. I'm a dip. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? But like that was super dope. This dude had, I mean, guitars, drums, everything. That dude made that beat. I was like, you can't tell if a person knows how to make music, they know how to make music. I think that's why Gorillaz is such a dope group.
Ah, love me some gorillas. Yeah,
F your race. If your vibe is there, you gonna vibe it. It don't matter your race. It don't matter your background.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
you know what? This feels like this, and you get in there and you let it loose on yourself, and it comes out dope. You just gotta let it go.
100%.
Yeah.
When you work with animation studio titans such as Gendy and of course Symbiotic Titan was on Cartoon Network. When you work with these animation titans, Disney, Star Wars, whatever, you name it, what does that add to your creative fire? Or how
It
does that add fuel to your creative fire?
it man, the thing that's so wild is I'm so LA, and it probably should do so much more. It really should do way much more. But what it does for me is it puts me in position mentally of knowing that apparently I was supposed to be here. I'm blessed and I'm favored, and all
Yes,
my hard
sir.
work paid off. But more than anything, it's the eyes of the child thought process of like, wow, I get to do this for a living, dude. Wow, this is super dope. Yo, oh, this is really gonna be in a film. This is super dope. And then you're calculated because there's money involved or whatever case may be. But overall, you're just a fan of the craft, and then you think about whose shoulders you stood on. It's like I stood on, I stand on James Avery and Scatman Crothers' shoulders, bro. It's like that makes no sense. That's weird. I'm a dude sitting in my house eating Captain Crunch, watching these dudes do these voices, not knowing that that would be what would propel me. So I think what gives me the juice is I hope there's a kid in Montana that's watching this and finds out that I look like him and that he can do this too. I hope so. I hope there's a little girl that can see me and see that she and her siblings can do almost anything. Or maybe, by seeing me, she gets interested in watching the show, and then somebody like Kimberly Brooks is on the next episode, or Danny Nicolette's on the next episode, or even Tangerine Martin is on the next episode, or Shondalia White, you know what I'm saying? Or, just I hope that, whoever sees what we do cannot be will never be embarrassed by what we did when their friends repeat it back. Cause like I don't want to be so ultra black that when your friend of another race repeats it back, that it's like it makes you uncomfortable.
Mm,
Cause I've worked on projects and I've put out music that has made me kind of like feel a certain way when anybody
mm,
else is saying it, and it's like I don't blame you for singing it. It's a dope thing, but maybe I should have like not said that or
that way. Hmm.
put that in the song because I know you're encouraged to sing it and it's your right. You paid for it, but I I shouldn't have said it and I shouldn't have encouraged you to say it.
Mm,
But these are the regrets. These are the regrets of old men. Like I'm blessed enough to be old enough to have regrets
blessings.
because I got friends that didn't make it. So
Mm,
when I think about that, it makes it a little bit lighter. But I think that's the fuel. It's like you just try to do something dope and want people to remember you and bring you in. And yeah, you want to work a ton, but it's like at least if I work on dope stuff every time I do something, maybe that's the gift. Maybe that's what makes you rich is that you're working on quality things. As you did your research, like I was sitting up one day and I was like, dang, I worked on a gang of Academy Award winning projects, man. Like I didn't work on them on like in such a way where I should have got an award, but I had a friend that fought for his award for one movie he did, and I think it kind of blacklisted him. But I'm like, yo, he was in the movie. When you say ensemble, he should get the ensemble award that comes with ensemble. You should not say like, oh, only these 10 people can get this award because they're famous and you know them, or this one role made a star out of them. But it's like if you say ensemble, everybody should at least get a certificate. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you got a certificate if you worked on a project when you was in school. So it's like, yo, okay, if we give everybody something for it. But like I say all that to say, like when I think about the body of work that I have and the breadth of it, it's like it's mind numbing because all I wanted to do was cross 100 because I saw that Rob I saw that Rob had that damn it Yakko. I saw that he
Rob
had
Paulson.
yeah, I saw that Rob had it. Rob really is like so. Darius was the first person on TV to do it. Rob is the first person that I consider certified superstar voice actor to call me out while they doing a live show. Like, oh yeah, Arif, ain't that how we be doing it? And I was like, this dude just name checked me at a major. People were like, well, who the hell is that black guy? Like, I'm Reef. Remember that. Remember that. Till
Yeah.
you die. Till you die, homeboy. Remember that.
There was this. There is this. To Steve Bloom came to MomoCon last
Mm-hmm.
year. First time I'd seen Steve in like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to this panel and I'm hyping him up. And I'm like, Steve, yeah, I'm like throwing in ablets, doing my thing. And I go up and I ask Steve a question because I genuinely was like curious about this
Yeah.
question. And I was like, okay, thanks for answering it. And I'll see you later. And you're the best. And he was like, yeah, man, hey, stay right there. Everyone, you need to know who he is. It's on my Instagram. You can find it. I'll
Oh,
send it to you. But he was like, I need y'all to know who this is. Tell them what you do. And I was like, you can hear it. I'm like, hey, I'm Jam Moore. Da, 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 and he was like,
yeah,
this is how you spell Jam Moore. Check him out. He's
yeah,
the real deal. You need to know about him. And when I have moments like that, because I get so frustrated with this
yeah,
platform sometimes
yeah,
because I run into that thing where it's like I feel like I've been putting in work for 5 years and I just feel like I feel like I should be more at a point than I am, right? It's
yeah.
like it's that I've been working really hard at this,
Mhm,
but when I have moments like that, it's like no, I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm doing the
mhm,
exact amount of work
mhm,
that I need to be doing
mhm.
because to get a prop like that from someone who's so influential, who has lines that last for 5 hours at a
Yeah,
con, right?
yes,
Like for me to get that, I have to be doing something right.
man.
So I know the feeling, my friend. I
It,
really do.
Steve, but here goes the thing. For those that see these interviews for people that are going to watch this particular episode back and even see that moment, you got to realize that the men and women, human beings, the spirit that's behind all these superstars that you love and you give props to or you admire, they real people, and like the ones that are really successful, they remember where the hell they came from.
Mm.
Steve shows up. Rob gives props. All these guys, Fred shows up. All these people that are
Yes.
doing things, they show up and give love. And it is my honor to echo their names through multiple halls because they're real human beings that at the end of the day, if I wasn't working, they still would come and say what's up because they met me and respect what I did do, not because of what I am doing. And
Ooh, get into that.
Hollywood for a little bit was going through it like, what are you doing now?
Hmm.
As opposed to just, hey man, this dude did this dude did that. My OG, my OG, my good friend Howard Akers, he uh he name checked me to the Wayans, man, and he was like, "Yo," he's like, "My man Arif is the reason that I started acting," and I was like, "Bro, you ain't got to do that." He was like, "Nah, they need to know it," and they were like, "Oh, okay, so what?" And when they started, they're like, "Oh, you did all that? Okay, 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 okay. What's up, man? How you doing?" And it's like that was a super loving thing that people don't got to do that.
Love.
Like our families are intertwined, me and him, and it's like he did not have to do that. That's his friend group. That's his life. That's what he doing. I kind of like I got to a point when I had my kids. I kind of like I retracted, man. Now I know why Ryan Coogler talks like this because you start reflecting. You be like, you know what, man, you know what, man. Uh, uh, yeah, man.
Love me.
Like now I understand why he talks like because you really start thinking and it puts you back in a more relaxed point. Okay, so I'm
Hmm.
still in that Mr. Kugler. I'm still in all of that. All my
One
interviews
of
gonna sound like him and Marshawn from now on. Like yeah, you know.
crying. Nah, man, a hundred
But
percent.
but yeah, it's like good people that know how to say hello without needing anything. Jamie Fox is that dude. Fox came
Been
up
that. Been
while
that.
doing red
Been that.
carpets, saw me, stepped to the side, said, "What's going on, man? How you been?" Da-da-da-da-da, and went on about his business. And it's like you can't pay for that, bro. You can't pay for that. Nice people that remember you, that F they fame on a human level. They're just
Yes.
good people, just good
Yes.
people, and they
Yes.
never forget the kind of person like when you about to leave from an event. Hey, get my boys out there. Can you get him and his team in? You don't, man. You don't got to do that. Just real nice people that'll do stuff like that, and it's kind of dope. It's hella dope, and I've always tried to be that same kind of person. Like, hey, can you what we got to do to get them in? Like it's like if I went to school with you and you're not obnoxious and you've always been nice and my mom know your name, I'm most likely gonna take care of you. You know what I'm
Beautiful.
saying? And that's how it should be. And
Absolutely.
that's LA and New York. LA and New York for real.
Queens boy here,
Yeah.
so
LA and
yeah.
New York, like when we know people, like we may talk a lot of stuff, but it's like I ain't never gonna leave you in the rain, bro. That ain't
Absolutely.
me.
Talk about that.
I ain't
Get
gonna do
into it.
that.
100%, man. Well, I want to talk about. I know we're running out of time
Yeah,
here.
no. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Princess Smoochie and Star versus
Ah.
the Forces of Evil. Yeah, I'm glad you did that because when I found out you were that voice, I was the same way. I was like, we're gonna get to the. I love that,
Oh my god.
bro.
I had no
Um,
idea what the hell was going on, bro. They gave me a line read and I just did it. And when I came in, I was like, oh, oh, I'm really, really, really a princess. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Oh shit, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, I'm gonna go all the way. And matter of fact, the director of that particular episode was a cool ass dude. His name is attached to it, like Kelly or Kenny. And my dude was like, he was a director of a project years before, and Other people didn't want to hire me. He wanted to hire me, and he put me down. He put me down, and I got back 3 times and allowed to do the Rat Princess, Ratuna. Man, working on that project, that young lady that made that series is so dynamic. Her brain was freaking dope, dude. Super dope. It's so weird. It's it's ignorantly fun. It was just ignorantly fun, man. And I love the openness and the free way that it flowed. And it was the new format, that 11-minute format thing they were doing, where it's like they put 2 episodes in one episode. So that was like a really good introduction to that new flow. And it's on Disney, dude. It's like I try to explain, and I know you probably try to explain it to people too, because you're just at that cusp of like, yo, there was no Disney Channel, bro. Like I remember Disney Channel being introduced and being like, I wonder how that's gonna work. I remember Disney Junior. Like I was so happy for my kids to have Disney Junior. I thought it was so dope, and it was like, well, how's this gonna? Are people gonna really watch it? Is it gonna stay? What's gonna happen? And it ended up blowing up, and it's like that's so freaking cool and so nice and so free forming. And I know people feel like, oh, this is that. These are like whatever, fool. We grew up with Little Einsteins. And if you ain't
Ah.
never heard the trap version of Little Einstein, I recommend you do. It's life changing. It'll change your goddamn life. But so yeah, doing that was just so fun. And then getting to know Marco, which is dang it, ninja name.
Adam MacArthur.
Yeah, Adam McCarthy. Yeah. Man, that dude is so nice. He's such a loving soul. And I
He's
think what
another guy that's blowing up now too.
Hey
Yeah.
man, oh man, he ran Comic Con last year. Him and X-Men '97.
That that
That
that
is
adds
so
up.
well deserved.
Yeah.
Man, I've never seen a more deserving cast in my life. Aside from Scooby Doo, the episodes with everybody.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo with Scrappy. Like they should have been to the Comic Con. But it was yeah. That man, Adam, his boba meetup, all that stuff. I was just like, I was so intimidated. I was like, I'm not gonna even try to go because it's gotten so big. And I mean, this dude's just so freaking cool. Only other person that is well deserved of that type of props as both of them is Eric Bowser, and I stand on that.
Oh my goodness. What yo.
I stand on that.
I I love his stuff so much. That's another guy I'd love to speak to one day. I just love where he started, his story, and
Yeah,
man, and I love one thing I love about him is how he's so support like he's taken on these iconic characters with Looney Tunes, and you could tell that it's more than a job for him. It's a lifestyle, you
the
know.
pictures. He has evidence. He has pictures. Nobody is more documented. Like, I'm not gonna put all my pictures out. Ain't gonna happen. Eric Bowser is documented. His family took photos. I was raised in a single mom black home with my grandparents, all women. So we didn't take as many pictures as we should have because I don't know if we could afford all that. But everybody, man, Eric got pictures. I'm like, ain't no way. This dude, it would have almost been a waste for him not to be no damn voiceover person. But he is one of the dopest artists ever.
Hmm.
If you love graffiti and just art, this dude is on some regular art stuff. He's super dope. Some people are just they have the burden of talent. And
Yeah.
Eric is that. Eric. I can't say enough. I mean, all the guys we've spoken about, everybody's dynamically, but I'm talking about the new crop. And so it's like, of course, I have to be biased. Eric and Isaac and JP and Jennifer. Jennifer's like a vet, but these people are from SBV. And the thing about SBV is Yeah, we're a local college, but we put out great people. We're
One of
not
my best
we're
friends,
not Harvard, we're not Yale, but we're good.
one of my best friends, Corey Burton, has been with SBV for years.
He's
Yeah.
probably I came there in 96, so I think Corey was there right before I got there. Like,
Mm,
I want you to hear that. Rob got there, I think 90, maybe 92. Like, we don't leave. Like, there's got to be some stuff to make us leave. Like, there's people that do leave, and God bless them, but it's like most of us are like 20, 30 years, dude. That says a lot, bro. That says a lot. That's a
Jeff
lot,
Bennett works with
man.
SBV. Who like
Man,
list goes on
yes.
and on,
Kimberly
man.
Brooks.
Another legend.
Dude, Lindsay is over there with us now. Lindsay Russo, she's over there. She's part of the new crop as well. You know what I'm saying? Sarah Imola, she's over there too. So it's like these people, it's like a lot of good people, man. It's a great agency, very smart. Now, there's moments where, I wish we could go back in and record there, but I do understand that the market has kind of changed. But we do have two perfectly good sound booths there that we could be using. And if work don't pick up because of this strike, I'll be right there.
Oh yeah, man. That's still a lot of your work is based in video
Video games,
games. So yeah.
yeah. But here goes the thing. I've been blessed enough to work on a lot of stuff, so I've been able to stay alive. So that's really good. There's a
My
lot of people
goat,
that
my
haven't.
goat.
And with the man, I can't stress how much this fire has really effed LA up. Like
Yeah.
Palisades, because I went to Palisades. So of course, oh, my high school, whatever. My brother's mom's house was saved. The house behind her gone. House next to her gone. They got to do smoke abatement. And I'm talking about somebody black. And when people say, "Oh, they must be rich," they got their houses in the 60s. If you
Yeah.
really go back and you look, houses in the 60s was like 20 grand, 30 grand.
Not
Maybe,
yeah, y'all not
yeah.
getting a house now. Y'all
Yeah,
not.
like maybe even 50 grand. It's like, yeah, if it was 50 grand and you had a dope ass job, it's like, yeah, you can have it. But now you got to have a dope ass job, drive for Uber, and have an OnlyFans account, and then you'll get your dope ass condo.
Yeah, yo. Me and my friends talk about this all the time. We
I
literally
feel
talk
I
about
feel
this.
sorry. I know I gotta put tiny houses in my backyard. It's gonna be hella hard for my kids. I gotta get tiny houses. They're gonna all be living in boxables. It's gonna look like we got a cult.
That's how it's gotta be though. Like this junk is so crazy. Like, but not like you were saying, like this fire,
Has dogged
because
everybody out. Oh yeah, that's what I was really talking about. The fire. So the Eden fire, the Eden fire did not care. Like, black people got disenfranchised. Okay, let me talk about me first. Black people got disenfranchised, but Latino people, Asian people, LGBTQ, white Irishmen, white people from Germany, people that work in entertainment and directly affect entertainment lives got. Hmm. My aunt has insurance to the point. My cousin said she could live in a hotel for a year and still build her house better than it was. So she's dope. There's a lot of people that weren't like that. And like I said, my play brother from the Palisades, they got their house, and it's gonna be some stuff because it's like, even if your house gets the abate, they come in and clean it and everything. It's like the air and living over there you're probably gonna cry every other day because everything's gone. But for in terms of Eden, I'm sorry, damn it, I'm saying the Eden fire. I'm so sorry. The Al, they said not all Altadena fire. Let me say it out loud. The Altadena fire has f so many people because it's not far from Hollywood. A lot of people
yes.
move there because they can afford it, and it gives them a little something different, another kind of place that's not LA, it's not the Valley. It's super cool. You can raise kids, have a life, you can do crafts. It's super dope craft store. We film commercials over there, and for that to be gone, there's not a lot of work going on because people can't think when they're going through stuff. They can work, but they can't be as creative as they were. when they're trying to figure out, well, how does my kid get to school, and what school are you going to put my kid into, and where am I going to do my verbo at? Can I do this verbo past 3 months? So it's not as creative as we would want it to be. And apparently, while the fires were going on, the homie, yeah, matter of fact, we was on. I went to go visit my friends on set, and apparently the craft service lady had to run out. That's how real it is. I want you to think being at work and Susie from the front desk just bolt out the front freaking door because her neighborhood's on fire. That's how close it was.
Jesus.
And well, Susie works. She works in Hollywood. She got money.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear Baby Girl at the Grammys, you need to go back and listen to Chapel Roan. You need to listen to what she said. I got this and I did not have health insurance. Hillary Swank, I got this Oscar, but I don't have health insurance.
It's too many of those stories, man. It's like,
There's a guy on TikTok. You might
jeez.
have saw him when Doechii won. He said, I got a Grammy. He had his Amazon uniform on. He was driving a truck during the Grammys. I mean, there's no shade. It's no shame.
No, 100%. You got to do what you got to
You
do.
take your ass to work. You get you some bread. If you don't work, you don't eat. It's all super dope. Any job you can do. I don't care if you just shine shoes. Well, do what you got to do to feed your family. But it's like,
Facts.
okay, I thought I came here and I thought it was going to be this way. But what I do admire is this. Let's flip it. People don't live on their laurels. They get their ass out there and get jobs. So don't make fun of me because I'm working at Trader Joe's and you know me from the Cosby Show.
We've seen
Don't make
that a lot
don't
too.
don't make fun of me because I'm working at Dave and Buster's and you like, hey, don't you do such and such? Could you put your phone down, bro? Can you put your phone down? And my best thing is you seen it on my socials. Yeah, I will work for UPS during the holidays. You know why? Because I usually don't work during the holidays, and UPS allows me to do all my sessions during the holidays. They never get in the way if I got sessions. So like, yeah, I'll go there and get that free bread real quick, and I like it. I really do. It's the jump start to Christmas. I lose a lot of calories so I can eat. Cause
Ooh,
y'all keep
ooh,
y'all
a
keep ordering
bar.
you keep ordering heavier stuff every year. God dang it. You Amazon mamas, you freaking Target zaddies, you mother truckers. Stop ordering heavy stuff or go get it yourself.
No, I used to work at a warehouse, so I know that exact
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah,
But I used to
yeah.
hate bro. I used to hate that job. They laid us
Why
off, so it doesn't matter.
you want me to deliver your rims to your third story apartment without an elevator? Let me leave this note right here.
Yeah,
You come nah, they didn't answer their door. Taking it upstairs.
goodness, man. But
But that's the horrible thing. So that's why things have kind of slowed up. But there's a lot of things that are on the cusp that are about to happen, and I mean that literally, quite literally. There's a lot of things that are about to happen, which is good. But it just kind of remember they said survive to 25 kind of thing. That was that little rumor kind of phrase. It's like, yo, we got knocked off by 3 months, quite literally.
mm,
And I think that's a short amount of time for what happened. Okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. So hopefully it wasn't nobody lying, and it really does do what it's supposed to do.
right. Nah, it's also been awesome to see people like come together and help one another. Like I remember there were TikToks coming out and people were like, yo, like I was trying to volunteer for this
Hell
shelter or
yeah.
whatever, and it was like overbooked. Like they don't even know what to do with the people they have. It's so many people coming together. Like stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
is so. It's like we can do so much as a people, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool to me. Like it.
Afion Crockett, and King Bach. I had to shake King Bach's hand and just be like, "Hey, man, everybody's gonna talk to you about everything else. I saw what you did out in Altadena, man. You got my respect. You got my respect, bro." And I walked off after that. It's like, I don't know if this dude knows who I am. I don't know if he anything, but I just wanted to let him know that I saw him helping. And I think that was the dopest stuff on the planet, dude. To get out there and help your fellow man in the midst of it is a big freaking deal, man. It's a big deal,
Absolutely,
and we need more people like
man.
that.
100%. I want to take it close off the Princess Smoochie chapter real quick with this, but I gotta ask, was the camera phone line improv or was that like written in?
It's in the script. It's in the script, but I think the way I flipped it might have been a little bit different. The original recording, it was like, because it like, imagine just a guy just trying to say the lines out loud so you can keep pace, and he was like camera phone, and I was like camera phone. I was like, okay, if this was one of my cousins or one of my sisters, and I was like, and I like, I I basically became Lizzo. I just channeled Lizzo. I channeled Kim Whitley and Lizzo. Kim Whitley from Friday After Next and Lizzo, and I just did that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but that was very cool. I couldn't believe it. I was like, my wife, she chuckles off of that. She chuckles.
Well, to keep in line with that Disney love, we got to talk about Star Wars with you. It's Finn, man. I love what you bring to. I love that. You know, my favorite thing about voice actors is like Clone Wars, for example, right? Like James Arnold Taylor, Matt Lancer, you know, Corey Burton playing these characters,
Mm-hmm.
but adding their own twist and funk to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still Count Dooku. Like Corey's doing a phenomenal Christopher Lee. James, fantastic Ewan McGregor, but they're adding their own funk with years of
Yes.
work and dedication, and that's what you bring to Finn. And I wish more companies would do that, like with What If. You know, instead of getting
Ooh.
the actors, instead of getting like voice actors, they get the on camera people, which is fine and dandy. But man, I love when an actor comes in, such as yourself or a James or a Matt, and they just do a sound alike, and they're like, you know, you can still buy this as Ewan McGregor, but this is James as Ewan McGregor, right? Like that's so
Mm-hmm.
dope to me. So my question about this is, was Finn a sound alike audition or a sound alike, a voice alike or a sound alike audition?
It was a sound. Like, let's hear how close you can get to it, and what do you bring. Plus, I was all like, I had already been blessed enough to do uh uh God dang it, Ridge, Pacific Rim. I did Pacific Rim to actually fill in for some of his voices for it, and they
Nice.
kept it in the movie. And so when it came out, they said, "Hey, there's this thing for Finn. You think you can do?" I said, "Yeah, I seen the movie, and remember we just did the thing." And I think they went to the people and were like, "Yo, he just, he did him for Pacific Rim," and they were like, oh, "Okay, bring him in." So I go to my session, I do one thing, and then they're like, "Hey, so what was it?" Oh, I did that, and then I did the pinball game, and so I had a lot of fun doing that too. But then they told them about, hey, oh, Arif did this and did that, and they're like, oh, okay, 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 and they put me up on it. No, wait a minute, this is out of order. Is it out of order? No, the game came out. We watched. I mean, the movie came out. We watched the movie. I got used to his voice. I knew what I was doing with it. I can't remember if it was the chicken or the egg.
Got you.
I wanna believe that we did. Nevertheless, we did the thing, and then they had me do something else. They had me do one thing, and then they had me do something else at the session. I was like, wow. And then so all of that coupled with the pinball game, coupled with Pacific Rim, when it came time for the video game, it was like, yo, Arif already did all this stuff, and they were like, oh snap. All right, can he give us a read? I sent my YouTube stuff in and I gave him a read, and it was like, oh well, shoot, the dude kind of knows the character. It'll make it move quick. And then COVID hit. Man, I felt so bad. My first session during COVID, my it wasn't up to par, and it wasn't. It kind of wasn't nobody's fault. It was, but it wasn't. And it's like, it was technical stuff, and it was we were in COVID. It is what it is. So everybody was wild westing it. But I know I made sure to have a little bit better this and a little bit better that. That second session was perfect. The
My
second and third
guy.
sessions were right, and then we went in and we finished it out in person cause we could go back and go record stuff. So that was super dope. But that was
Ah,
wild. That was wild as hell, man. That was wild as hell. But it is really, really super dope. But then you kind of feel bad because it's like I know why they went with Omar. Omar is dope as hell, dude. I'll tell anybody that another person that's really down to earth,
for
super,
for
super.
what?
He ended up doing the Disney Plus. I mean the stuff for XD. Remember after like right before or right before the video game, they had some stuff on Disney like the holidays special, like the
Oh,
Lego Christmas.
oh, oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay.
and then from there, I think his agent and because of his talent, they just pushed for it, and like now he's doing it. So I was able to originate it, but now he's doing it. But it's like Omar is freaking dope, dude. Shoot, Omar was an 8 Mile. I mean, you can't take nothing. And he also did Ballers, and he also did my favorite. He did CSI. So it's like, you can't take nothing from somebody who's been actually putting in work. Like the dude hit the ground running after 8 Mile. He just started working. He ain't stopped. So I'm super proud of him, and I think that he's a very talented person and a very
Did he
kind
reach
person
out
too.
to you or at Disney like speak to you or
It's their property. They do what they want. It's like,
that as well?
hey man, what was it? Papa John's. We did Papa John's for the Super Bowl. They showed the commercial. They didn't play my voice though, because it was a Super Bowl spot. So they didn't check. But 2 days later, then they aired the one with my actual voice with the same exact spot, but just added me in. I don't know if there was, I don't know if there was like a better rate they got to pay me because they aired during the Super Bowl or what. Nevertheless, commercial comes out, blows up. When we do the session, man, you're super dope. We're gonna mess with you. Da 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 da. You know, hey man, don't be surprised if you do some more. Like 3 weeks later, it comes across my desk to audition for again. Same exact lines. I was like, that's odd. So I sent in half of my other audition and another half from new stuff. And they ended up going with another guy. And I'm not mad at them, but it was like, damn, I couldn't have just you couldn't have let me ride for like a little bit. But
Right.
it's their product, it's their money, it's their time, it's what they do. So it's like that's how they feel. Okay, okay. Thank you for the opportunity, and you get on with it. But it doesn't mean you don't suck as an artist because you're fighting every day to get something that's going to be long lasting, something that's going to have a longevity, something where you can just sink your teeth into it. It's like the people from Progressive and the people from like the Sprint this dude was Verizon, Sprint, and now he's Verizon again. But like, those kind of people is like you want to end up being like that, where you can just be the spokesperson and say it. Same thing with Ving Rhames. We have the meats. It's like, yeah, I want to be that. Shoot, I want to have a job like that where it's like that's what I do and I can pay my bills.
Right. I hear those commercials are like, now that's
it,
where you
it
yeah.
can be, but once again, the corporate structure is trying to change things around and flip
Of course
things.
they are. Of
They're trying
course
to
they
tip it.
are.
I know people that could have did 3 commercials back in the day and could have put their kids through private school.
Ooh.
Like if they just did three commercials a year, they could keep their kids in private school and pay a mortgage. But that was also when houses weren't $1 million for
It's
your grandmother's house that got the plastic on the couch.
crazy, man. It's crazy how much has changed and
Yeah,
how much things have also, it's so interesting. I feel like a post-COVID world is so interesting. Also, another thing that's coming up on 5 years. Holy shit! Oh my god,
right,
that's
right,
crazy.
right. Hey, happy COVID day. No, no.
Don't wish me that. Hold on,
No.
chill. We got bird flu coming up. Go ahead, keep that. Keep
Hey,
that.
remember Will Smith and Martin. Whoa, we will not be doing any of that. No, no, there'll be no happy. No, do not put anything festivus in front of this. No,
Absolutely
a
not.
day of remembrance. Mm. But then the dates are going to be off because they hit everywhere differently. So it's like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you got to remember. Remember, we were like, damn, that's tragic. I hope they're going to be all right.
Yeah.
and
I.
and then it was like, "Hello, how are you doing?" No. It was like a kid with cooties. You were like, no.
Cheese touch, cheese touch, cheese touch. Nah, crazy man. But with Finn, I'm
It was
curious.
amazing. It was amazing. It was great, and utilizing the language from the films and from seeing the films made it easier. And I am very blessed that that's type of thing. That's how I was able to revoice Martin for Bad Boys. I saw it in a movie theater. They said, "Can you do a Martin Will Smith voice?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I understood the material, so I was able to go do it probably better than most people because I had just seen the movie. I'm a cinephile. I love going to see films, especially popular movies with
Hey,
my family. I like going to see them. So we saw Star Wars because it's like, yo, who's not gonna want to see a female Jedi and see this black stormtrooper that you're like, what? Okay, I got Lando Calrissian, but who's this dude? This is what's his story? And
this is
then
dope.
Oscar Isaac. I mean, Oscar Isaac is Oscar Isaac. I mean, like the dude is Moon Knight now, but he's still everything else. So it's like you get excited when you see all these people on screen, and then you get all the original people. But nevertheless, so you watching it, and when you hear the vocal reference, you're not hearing it for the first time. You're remembering how you felt in the movie, so you're able to give that off in your audition, and that gets you through the door. And then when you're doing it, they give you some references so you can still remember. They'll literally play some stuff for you in your ear to get your voice back there because it's very easy to fall back into your voice because it's not too complicated and you kind of want to give it your own slant, but you still got to keep that tonality to keep people excited about it. So that was very fun and very I'm appreciative that I was trusted with that because I thought for sure they would have just went with him.
If yeah, because I know with Star Wars Battlefront 2, they actually got
Yes,
uh
he plays
John.
video games.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just saying what it is. Like he ain't cut from the regular cloth. Like, no, brother, I play video games. My nephews, I want to do this game, and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah! Like, you want to be like, come on, man, let me have some money. It's like, nah, this is a once in a lifetime thing. In theory, like, hopefully you get more chances, but it's a once in a lifetime thing. I get to play me in a major video game series that everybody's gonna play forever, especially my family and me. Yes, yes,
100%. Which and also, John Boyega is the reason why Battlefront 2 even, it did its little one too while it was still around. I'm so mad
yes,
that game got canceled. I play that game whenever I need like a little detox. But I'm
yes,
curious, we're talking about Clone Wars and stuff, and
yeah.
how the Clone Wars added more stuff to those characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, if you had to play Finn in an animated series that added to the lore of the Star Wars universe, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Let me get the mind going on this one. What story? Yeah, I know, getting a little high. You like, oh.
man,
But what story would you love to explore with Finn and the rest of the characters in the sequel era?
I would want to explore, especially what happened between movie 2 and movie 3. I want to see him. I want to see
Ooh,
him on those planets. I want to
yeah.
see what he's doing and how he's growing. And if it's after, then I want to see the life he lives after. And is he truly force sensitive? Because it was hinted at, but it never was explored. He could just be an ally, like a Han Solo. You know what I'm saying? But he might have a little something to himself. Or does he, on his journeys, find other Jedi's and becomes like a shepherd for young Jedi's to bring them back into the training and into the world of being a Jedi so that Rey can train them. Like that would be actually pretty dope. And him helping to retool the universe.
Oh man. I'd kill for that too. I think the sequel era needs more stuff, right? Because we had
Yeah.
Resistance,
Yeah.
which was like 2 seasons, didn't really do
Yeah.
as well as the Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
sequel era really, I want to see like spin-off shows and animated series expanding the lore. Like the sequel era deserves a
Yeah.
Clone Wars. It 100% does, and
Yeah.
I don't know why Disney. As much as I love Bad Batch and all that stuff, and I love the prequels, I love clones. As you could tell, big prequel
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah, like
and
Bad Batch did what it was supposed to do. It was received. It should have been heralded a lot more, but I think they finally got it right of going deeper than just a cartoon, and they were doing stuff, so that kept it the way it was. But I think if they could do something of just imagine everything's all right and how it falls seemingly apart again,
mm,
and that's how you get to where Ray is. Who the hell are Ray's parents? No, no. What I mean is like we need to know. I got a bad feeling, not a bad feeling. I got an inkling that they are off the freaking chain, bro. Like they are more than meets the eye. Like they were kind of like how Peter Parker's dad was, like in the Andrew Garfield one, where you're like, oh snap,
that
his dad
spy.
his dad was really on some stuff. Okay, not negative, but he was like, he ain't no joke. His dad ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like which makes you wonder, like, who the hell was Uncle Ben? Like who was he? So it's like stuff like that. Yeah. So
Well,
you
yeah,
keep it going. Thank you, Andre. You're absolutely right.
100%, man.
Hey, Enigma Plague, how you doing? Andre, how are you doing? Daffy Duck, what's up?
Well,
But yeah,
keeping up with the chat, I appreciate that because I
I tried
definitely
to.
am not.
I see it out the corner and I try to make sure. But yeah, so yeah, that would be dope. I think Finn ends up being kind of like how Leia's parents were. Like, ends up being somebody that's really. I mean, Jar Jar ended up being up like an actual representative, so I think that Finn would be part of retooling the Republic.
I would love to see that story, and I hope they tell that. There's so many stories that you've been able to tell that I love, but the one that brought me here today for you is Transformers, man. Jazz, hold on, can I reach him? Cause I have. Hold on, I gotta get him real quick. Hold on, let me. Hold on. No, there's no way. Hold on, keep that up, keep that up.
It's
Ah,
gonna it's gonna fade into the background. Oh, we got the
we
same one.
we have the same one.
Yep,
Stop it.
yep, yep,
Stop
yep,
it.
yep,
Are you? There's no way we have the same one right
yep,
now.
yep, yep, yep.
I mean, it's the best one. So, I
I
mean, I would
mean,
hope you'd
hey,
have the same one.
hold on. I might have the wrong gun, but there you go.
Definitely the wrong gun,
Yeah,
but
so, cause I think I dropped it somewhere. We had them. They gave them to us at the table read, and I was like, oh man, I gotta keep that. So what I do is I just keep him in a cubby on my desk so I can look at him and say, hello, brother, how you doing?
uh,
Because what we didn't get to see is I was supposed to play this character also,
Skywarp.
but he didn't speak. If you really think about it, or either Greg Berger did it, and I'm not telling Greg Berger nothing. Greg
Grimlock.
Greg Berger wants to read jazz. Well, then I guess he's reading jazz today. I don't really have a lot to say about that. He's Greg Berger. You just kind of back up and say, "My liege."
Oh man, dude. I Transformers is probably one of the most impactful franchises in my life. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for Transformers, two of the, Linkin Park, Optimus Prime,
Heck
Transformers,
yes.
like that combo is the reason I'm speaking to you today. If it wasn't for
Amen.
Transformers, you would not know me. Most of my friends, I would not want to be a director, I would not want to be a writer, I would not want to be an actor
Mhm.
and a musician if it wasn't for Transformers. I owe this franchise a great debt.
Mhm.
And a lot of people it could be easily misconstrued as Transformers as just this series about, transforming cars or whatnot.
Mhm.
But I want to flip this to you as not only a man who's worked in this franchise, but who is a fan of the franchise. What does Transformers mean to you, and why has it lasted for going on 40 plus years?
It's everything. From the little red and gray truck that could drive, and then you could turn parts around, and then it becomes this hero running home, like literally catching the bus home to watch it after school. And then the theme song is just it's burned. It's in
Yeah.
your head. all the way through to the introduction of the Dinobots, and then even further to seeing the movie and being like, having as a child like a what the fuck, man? It's just like when he dies, you're like why, dude? What the hell? like a full meltdown, dude. Like my
Yeah.
kids cried when T'Challa died. Me and my friends were like, what the fuck, dude? Gen X, man, I'm telling you, we're horrible people, man. We're horrible people. We was in the movie theater as kids, like mother, like all kind of curse words, like some bull. And then we let the movie finish, like, okay, the movie's kind of good. I don't know about this Rodimus guy, but all right. I thought Ultra Magnus was gonna get it. I did too. I did too.
Ultra
Why did
Magnus
she
had one of
pass?
the coolest design. Yeah, where?
Yo,
Yeah.
one of the dope. You knew he was gonna take over for Optimus if anybody took
Yes.
over. If anybody took over, like he's built for it. Like all he needs is the thing, but it's like that's not his story. That's not his story. So, and
Mm.
that was a great tale. But I mean, the story was controlled because of the toy production. Now I know all the technical, but let me just be a kid. This freaking dope ass story about kids, people that are like refugees from their planet, and they trying to protect people while their homies is always effing up stuff, trying to get fed off Energon and f this planet. We trying to get back to Cybertron. All of that. That's super dope, and how humans don't die when these big ass robots is falling down. It's super dope. But to be able to have a chance to do that in 2015 with robots in disguise, I mean, when I say I've read for everybody, oh, man, I've read for so many people. One time I thought I was gonna get Jetfire. I was like, yo, that'd be dope. I read for Autobot City. I was like, that'd be dope. And they were like, you got Jazz, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And then I went in the office. They were like, Arif, you're Jazz now, and I was like, that's dope. Thank you very much. Because I mean, Bumper was already Bumblebee, so I was like, okay, they might do anybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? Darius was Jazz. I don't know what that means. So super dope. They kept me around, brought me in for 3 episodes. 'Cause at first I was like, damn, dude, they bringing everybody else in but me. What the hell? And then I went on a mission to go get Optimus, so there was no reason for me to be back until Optimus. But my wallet wanted me to be back more. I mean, what in the
That's how it always goes, my
I
friend.
love your
Yeah.
story, but once again, I'm very rich in the fact that I work on quality things, things, and my kids always got food in the fridge, and my lights ain't been turned out.
Blessings.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing good.
Blessings.
I'm doing way better than a lot of people. So, so I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. So we knocked that out. Love that, and then the opportunity for Transformers was like was like GT's show. It was like Cyber. Hey, Hasbro wants it's not a lot of money. Okay, what is it? Transformers. Okay. Well, I haven't told you what it is. I said I don't care. Okay. Well, it's I said okay. Oh, you're done? Yeah, let's do it. They're like Arif, why are you? I said you just said I can be Jazz for Hasbro direct. Yes, yes. Well, you know the money. I said I'd be there. I said I'd be there. Didn't I say I'd be there? I said I'd be there. Okay. Okay. I know you get it, but you don't get it, and I know you get it, but okay. Yeah, I'm there. Thank you. And Peter, Greg, and freaking
Frank Welker,
Frank,
Michael
dude.
Bell,
Yeah, all of them, but for them three, for Frank,
Tadaro.
no, for Frank Welker, uh, uh, Greg, and Peter to shake our hands and to hug me and Frank and tell all the guys, all of them, basically everybody from G1, but mainly for those three to hug us and tell us we're doing a good job, dude. I don't know. I can only liken it to your uncle. Like if you play a sport and your uncle's been in the military and then you're happy to see him, but then he tells you because he's your hero and he's like, wow, you really are amazing. You did a good job today. And it's like you almost get weak in the knees and want to like fall out. You're like, dude, you guys are freaking legends. You're not like legends. I'm not just saying you're the GOAT. That's an easy word to say. You guys are the originators of this stuff. You were just going to work, just trying to get a job. We've heard Peter's story numerous times, but it's like you impacted my youth. You impact you horribly impact the way I view life in terms of doing the honorable thing even when it's rough. How I treat my fellow man because of these characters in a cartoon. You shifted the way that I behave myself. And there's so many more of me that are out there. And for you to take time to tell me and Frank that we're doing a good job. And for Megatron to tell us too. Okay, whatever. And Starscream and everybody. But it's like Megatron, Frank, like I said, Greg and Peter. It's a big deal. I work with Michael on a couple of films doing ADR already. I like that dude a lot. And then all the rest of the team, just super nice guys. Very quality. I was just I could not mentally understand how Bumblebee still sounded the same. It made sense for everybody else, but I was like, I
Dude,
was like, you still sound like a freaking kid, bro. Like
yes.
everybody else had man voices. You had a kid's voice and you still sound like that. I was entranced. I was like, how does he do that? That is really weird.
Yeah.
That is really cool, man. But all of
I
them,
love Dan
just
Gilvezan.
mhm.
He's also played Spider-Man a
He's
lot of
amazing.
times.
He's freaking dope, dude. He's just
Hmm.
dope. He's just dope. And had one of the coolest shirts on ever. He had a Revolt shirt on before I knew what Revolt was. Like if it wasn't a Revolt, it should have been, because it like had all Bumblebee on it. I was like, what what next level of fandom is this? I missed the train. What did I do wrong? I should have got one of these. But very very nice. And then it led to a beautiful friendship with Frank, which I am enjoying. It's like it's not hard to make friends in adulthood, but to have people that just genuinely like you and think you're cool, and your partners really like them too. It's like it's almost like being back in school.
I love that,
It's so
man.
freaking cool. It's like yo man, this dude's like my friend. Like, and we're just friends. Not we're not giving each other anything but friendship, and that's freaking dope. I like that. I like it. It feels like really junior high-ish, and I love it. I'm here for it.
I'm I'm so happy you have that. I think one of the most important things in my life is genuine true friendship with people, and I found that with my boy Derek.
Hmm.
He just got I was his best man at his
Oh,
wedding.
that's what that was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You did a good
Yeah.
job.
And to have that friendship went for years, like it was just so hard, man. It was hard. I'll tell this one quick story. I've told it before, but I had a friend. I was in the gym locker room and he punched me square in my chest. And I was like, no, you didn't do that. So I went to go hug him. Like I was like, you didn't, because I was trying to process that.
Yeah.
And he hit me in my chest again. And I was like, okay, so you did that. So now I'm going to hit you as hard as I can. I raised my fist up and I hit him. And we grab each other and we pull each other out of the gym locker room. And he says to me, you don't think white people could have issues? You don't think white people could have problems? And I'm like, whoa, where are we getting? Where is this coming from? Because I posted something about Black Lives Matter on my
Yeah.
Instagram at the time. And he was like, you don't think black people could have, he said, you don't think white people could have issues? You know,
I
we
never
can.
said
And
that.
I never, like, and
I was defending me. I didn't say anything about you.
and and I just remember being so heartbroken because I was like, this is someone I consider a friend, and they're attacking me because of who I am, what I bring to the table, and to finally have a friendship where it's like, no, I could be who I am. You love me for who I am. We love each other for who we are. We have this
Yeah.
phenomenal dynamic back and forth. You cannot put a price on that, man. You can't.
Not at
It
all.
literally is the definition of a blessing, man. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we both have that. It is such
Yeah.
a it's so amazing. And I'm glad that you and Frank are doing TFCon, right? Next
Yes,
week.
we're doing TF Con next week. You got
Yay.
Jazz and freaking Starscream are back at it. Or as I like to say, Jazz and Cobra Commander.
Ah, yes.
Cause he's the only guy that can get under my skin, literally. This is he can just get right up in there and press my buttons and anger me, just like. But yeah, I guess Starscream could just use his arms in flight mode. I think I don't know if he could do that in physics. I don't know. But yeah,
Frank is
uh,
incredibly talented, dude. Like I
he
love that he could do those Chris Lotta voices to a T.
he is the very next one up. He's already amongst, but he has to be the very next one up. Similar to Eric. I mean, this guy is hitting them out the park, and Isaac as well. But Frank is in great company, and his you ever read a thing called "If" by Rudyard Kipling? It's a great poem.
I don't think I have.
One line is like, if you can never lose your common touch and touch the mortal man, you'll be a king, my son. I had to recite that for a play,
Ooh.
for a movie that I did, and Frank is that measurement of, he has not lost the common touch. He is a man of the people. Fans come in and they love him, and they have conversations with him, and he remembers them. He naturally and genuinely remembers them, and he gives them their time, and it's like, it's a master class when our industry has jaded so many people, even myself at times. I'm pretty much considered a well-tempered person and very cool and free loving, but there's moments where I'd be like, man, I really feel like Tyler, like, woof woof woof, like, get away from me. But Frank continues to showcase why the people are important, and the reason the people are important, because you do it for the love, and if you do it for the love, then you're doing it for the people, because the people are the ones that are watching it. So you're doing it for the love, but for them, however indirectly you may believe you are. Because sometimes you get artistic and get in your own head and be like, I'm doing this because I'm yeah, you're doing it for the love and for the people to enjoy. And if they're not enjoying it and you're not impacted by them, then what's the use? And being impacted by them means being amongst them, touching the people, shaking hands, saying what's up.
Yeah, man, and I love that. I love that both of you guys have that genuineness about you, and I love that. I think a lot of what attracts me to the voice acting community is a genuineness and just a genuine people. You know, originally this interview series, I originally wanted to interview musicians purely. I had no interest in voice acting. I didn't even I was like, oh, voice actors are cool, but like, I just didn't really. I was like, musicians are it. And when I tell you their agents chewed me up and spit me out, dog, I was like, hey, I'd love to interview like this rock singer. I love heavy metal, my favorite genre. And their agents were like, who are you? No, we're not doing this. I would no. I literally have an email where I was like, can I interview this rock star? Here's my credentials. Here's everything. So because
Yeah,
I'm legit. I'm not just some random
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And the agent said, absolutely not. And I said, well, why? He said, because that's the decision. Thank you. Have a nice day. And just completely dismissed me. And
It's the machine, man. It's the machine, dude. It's no longer built on relationships. It's like, what's your numbers look like? What are you bringing to the table? What about a genuine conversation that might skyrocket? Yeah, okay. It might help my platform. Maybe it'll help your artist. Maybe it might ground your artist. It might ground them where people feel like, okay, they're not too much. They are here. They're good people. But you do what you want, bro. You do what you want.
100%. And I'm just so happy that the voice acting community has like really embraced me. And it's
Hmm.
such a good feeling, especially as someone who is doing voice acting, who is auditioning and being booked with the agency. I mean, man, like, one of my goals was just to be able to speak to more black actors.
Hmm.
And I'll talk to you more about that off the air
Yeah,
because it's a very very personal thing.
yeah.
But so when you say yes, and then I interview Jonathan Adams, like you guys inspire me,
Thank
right?
you.
Like it's not even no. Oh, I'm trying to boost your ego. It's no nothing. It's like no, like it goes back to what you were saying. Like I want that kid when they see me to be like, no, they can do it. It's always that. It's always that inspiration. It's always that connection.
Mhm.
And people like you or Phil Lamar or Cree Summer, like just to
Mm.
see you guys be genuine in your work, it makes me want to go higher, further, faster. Facts, a hundred
Let's just
percent.
say Cree's name like 5 times for the sake of the fact that she's dope. Cree Summer,
That
Cree
Cree
Summer,
Summer,
Cree Summer, Cree Summer,
Cree
Cree
Summer,
Summer, Cree
Cree
Summer.
Summer.
Dude,
Facts,
dude, dude, dude.
facts.
I hate to say it, but it's like it feels sometimes like, hey, it'd be no us without Creed. No, but Creed's dude. You want to talk about a longevity, man? It's like everybody wants to be this, everybody want to be that. They want to have these viewers, they want to have this. Dude, look at Creed's career. Follow that, and you can't.
Bam.
You can't. She's one of one, dog. She's amazing, but she's one of one. One
A
of one.
100%.
One of
Well, I
freaking one.
want to got two more questions for
Yeah,
you, and then we're gonna get into the off the air little chat
yeah,
that I like to do before we both go our separate ways for the day.
for sure.
Jazz is such Jazz and Blaster, right? Those are
Yeah.
the two characters that really are for us, are for the black community. So as a black man,
Yeah.
what does jazz represent to you? What do you see in jazz that you wish more companies did? First of all, they don't use jazz nearly enough, man. Like, oh, that should be killing me. Like, it really be killing me.
Man.
Cause I want to see more jazz. I want to see more blaster, man. Like that's the
Jazz.
black community, you know?
You know what's weird? They'll try to say it wasn't, but it is. One. But okay, so jazz to me, even though it wasn't, visually showcased and voice actors weren't given the time to be on, TV shows like Johnny Carson and stuff, unless it was like Mel Blanc and stuff like that. But Scatman Crothers was already Scatman Crothers,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was on this show, it was like he was like a big deal to be on this show. And I'm quite sure at the time it probably was dope little check. So it's like him being on there and him having that acumen and being a quality, trustworthy ally and down for the cause and watching Optimus and the rest of the Autobots back. Once again, it influences your real freaking life. It shows you how to act. It shows you how you're supposed to be. This dude and his character showed you something cool and had such poise and had such flair and just was super dope. Just super dope. And when you figure out who Scatman Crothers is, and then you get older in your life and you get opportunity to do something that is this character, it changes your life. And it's a great dynamic that makes you feel good and proud. Not proud like, oh, you're stuck, you got pride. No, no, no. You're proud that somebody was able to do this role, and it still stands, and it jazz still has such a recognizable voice for no matter what walk of life or income bracket you're in. If you really mess with Transformers, you just love Transformers, and you love jazz the same way you love freaking Starscream. You just love these characters. They impact you so much. And of course, Bumblebee is everybody's favorite. But
Yeah.
jazz in the series, so freaking amazing.
So
And yeah,
fly,
yeah, yeah,
so
just
calm,
dope,
so
just dope, just dope,
hmm
super dope.
and it's amazing, man. And you know what black people have done for not only the world but these industries through characters and through what we just do intrinsically as black people is so
Yeah,
beautiful and important. But there are some people out there who would call you a DEI hire. They would say you're
Uh-huh.
unqualified. They would say that you don't deserve to be the voice of any of the characters that I've displayed here and then some. So my question to you is, as a black man and has lived the many lives that you do, when you hear this talk of, oh, you're a DEI hire or you're unqualified, what do you say to that? And how does that even make you feel? For people who
Never
don't get it.
ignorant, getting goals accomplished. That's how I feel. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Y'all better look at that. But DEI, it just means that I'm dynamically educated and super inspirational. So I don't give a damn about this entitlement. I did the job, I got it, and your mama didn't hug you enough. So kick rocks, little homie. Beat it. Beat it. That's the only thing. It's like, for the black people that came before that had the studios and they helped to burn them down or to run them out of town and whatever they did. Look at that. Now Tyler got his and you can't because there's too many cameras. You could, but it'd be stupid. It's the middle of Atlanta. He employs everybody. Don't you dare. So it's like you got that, right? So you need now Cat Williams looking at doing something. 50's doing something. It's like if I'm a DEI hire, then okay. Like I look at nepotism like, yeah, that's why it says Johnson and Sons Plumbing. It says Harold and Sons Law Office. Nepotism is the shit. Yeah, okay. You hired me because I was black. Well, thank you. But that's why you hired me. I'm here and on your radar because I'm good at what I do. And like if that's why you hired me, whatever, bro. Just spell my name right on my check, man. You can miss me with the politics.
Nah, get into it.
You can miss me with the politics. Is the bread there? You're only here. Did your kid enjoy the cartoon? Did your kid have fun? All right, then beat it. You need to get Viagra and some lotion and go handle that. Cause you got problems, bruh. I'm out. I'm not gonna sit here and entertain you with everything. Well, duh, 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 duh. You should go back where you came from. You mean my house?
Right,
You,
right.
you you can't mean Africa. I've been here too long. I don't even know where I'm from, bro. I don't even know. I know that I'm from Ghana, basically. I believe that's where I'm from, but I'm not giving you my DNA. How about that? How about I'm not going to give you my DNA? You know why? Because I saw what happened to Rocket Raccoon. I just watched it. I'm not giving you my DNA. No, you're not getting that. No, no. And what Cadmus did. I saw what Cadmus did. I saw how they built Supergirl. No, no, I don't want to do it. No, no, I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it? No, I don't want to do it. I'll be right here. And my thing is like, okay, cool. I'll figure out another hustle and I'll flip it. But I see that that you like to throw this word around and you like to say this and say that. And it's like, okay, guess what? Welfare never really helped black people, and DEI wasn't really
Talk
built
about
just
that.
for black
Talk
people.
about that,
It
though.
was to help people
Talk
cope
about that.
after the war, after World War II, to get on their feet that lost their husbands or lost their way. And specifically during the Vietnam era, where people were getting stuck up, like things were going all effed up. People were coming back stuck off of opium and stuff. So it wasn't me that was getting the money; it was a lot of other people. Do your research and you'll figure out what I'm talking about. I'm not making any of this up, but I'm not going to fuel the fire. But go read. It's a lost art. It's a lost art. Go get the facts. Lost art. Lost art. Not like losing a Picasso off the truck. It's a lost art of going to do your own damn research. Ain't nobody on TikTok gonna tell you everything. They're gonna tell you a lot. Go pick up a goddamn book.
Facts.
Learn the Dewey Decimal System, you little heifer.
And that's what we're gonna leave it with that. Man, Arif, this has been very refreshing, very fun, very great to have with you, man. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Arif as Kinchen. Let's
Thank you
clap it
so
up
much.
for him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's just give props to your artistic acumen. You are phenomenal. This man is a graphic designer with his own firm, pretty much walking around like Khadijah James in Living Single, pretty much. Or like Little, the movie Little. He's killing it. And you get the props and respect because you are doing the work. And I like once again, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your platform. This means a lot. Oh, before I go, plastic wax and donuts. We
Yes,
are
I was about to
we
say
are
what
the
would you?
things. Yeah, we are a collective. Me and my boy out of Boston, Billy. We get down. We talk about toys, music, pop culture, and donuts. Oh, I love donuts. You have no idea. You have no idea. I don't care how much weight I lose. I'm a fat boy on the inside, baby. Oh, I love donuts.
Hilarious. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be sure to follow him. Social media will be linked in the description. Social media on the screen. Before we head off, though, can I get a shout out in the voice of jazz?
Oh, heck yeah. How do you want it? What do you want it to say?
Dang, that'd be the worst part. I'll be like,
You
what y'all
you
want to
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. You want
Jantmore.
Jantmort,
Jantmore.
Jantmore TV, Jantmore TV. Hey everybody, straight from Cybertron. My main man Jantmore TV is right here live and direct. You better recognize. Autobots, roll out.
Oh, y'all, childhood dream satisfied. Y'all have a great one. And I will see y'all on the next interview. Peace, love, safety always. And I'll see y'all soon.